Smile. Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another fantastic day of Overwatch. Today we have the University of Hartford versus UNLV, the University of Las Vegas, Nevada. University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Got that backwards. And we've got our first round of playoffs today. My name is Eric Culver. Joined with me is probably Peter Getcorned, the GOAT himself. And we're getting right into things. We've got a Reinhardt versus Orisa composition. This is going to be fun.
Absolutely, really interesting start here as we do see the Reinhardt. It seems like UHart has continued to work on this in their scrim time and during the bye week that they got going into this start of the playoff season. And they look to already be doing a great job. They're holding solid space, and they're going to start walking forward here, just holding the shield, building up that tier 3 beam. Orisa's already chunked incredibly low, and Suzu's already forced. This is a great way to start a fight. At the very least, they can hold this space as they see the Orisa comp swap back over to Whiteside. They're just going to walk over and continue to hold that with the shield. But once it gets low, they're going to have to make a decision, and it looks like a charge in. A low Reinhardt, however, going to need to be healed up by the team. It's a solid wall, though, but the Reinhardt does still fall. True Blade 16 down. Insipid getting the kill with the Javelin. Cranky trying to finish off that Orisa, but close. No cigar, however, as UHart down 2 with point, though. Does allow them to get a little bit of percentage up, but this fight should be done and dusted. Just matters on how long it takes. UHart's going to be able to get around 23% up on the board to start off. Good overall macro play there, just to cap point, but they definitely need to execute and get a little bit more damage in and get a lot more percentage here as the point does flip over to UNLV.
I'm surprised to see this Malga switch coming out. From what I understand, the Orisa is really strong into Malga, seeing as the crit does not actually apply to Orisa. But interesting.
Yeah, that recent change is big.
Massive pulse bomb coming out from Zakharov as Hartford is instantly wiped off this floor.
An incredibly tough way to start off a fight, but it does end finish fast. As you can see, only 35% is going to be up here as the entirety of the UHart roster does respawn, and they do have some ults online now, namely in the Beat as well as the shield from Cranky. However, that's 3 ults on the side of, and almost 4 on the side of UNLV. But a great headshot to start off this fight. We're going to see how that goes as Orimaru walking forward. Zakharov, however, still doing an absolute job in the backline, taking out Revan. No backline healers here for the side of UHart. As Zakharov continuing to pop off as they take out another.
And Hartford opt to just hold on to all of their ultimates there instead of, you know, trying to win that fight. I really thought that that might have been winnable if they used that Blizzard, maybe if they used that sound barrier. But instead, they opt to just hold on to them and give themselves an ultimate advantage coming into this next fight. That being said, Zakharov is nearing another pulse bomb, which could be pretty problematic if Hartford isn't careful.
Yeah, this is a player to watch, and you can see them on the left screen right here. Teleport not going as far as they want to, but Zakharov still just kind of mewing around in the back on the Mega, doing a lot of damage and just distracting them. They're playing incredibly well, and the Lucio coming to help them. And forcing the Ajax, that's so tough.
They are going to get
Cranky able to take down Insipid.
That kill on the Orisa may be a massive play. And Blade coming out. But, oh, so many are down already for the University of Hartford. And it's just Orimaru remaining. They fall. And Hartford losing the first round, but they're down and not out. As they still have 1, possibly 2, to swing this back in their favor.
Absolutely, and in that time, I hope that they recognize some of the incredible strengths on the side of UNLV, and it's nothing to be scoffed at. It's something to take note of and try and overcome, and that namely being their incredible Tracer players. Zakharov has been seemingly dominating the backline, a great 2-man pulse to start off that first fight off the engage from the University of Hartford, and then also 2 easy picks for them. And all just probably off of positioning, something that we didn't get to see on camera, but it can be felt because you don't see the Tracer from the UHart's perspective, especially when you're onboarding with the tank and with the front line moving forward. University of Hartford's not seeing them because the camera is not seeing them, and that is very tough. So if they can isolate or work to try and deal with this Tracer or play a wider comp, such as the one that they're on right now, could be a very solid solution, as you now have 5 hyper-mobile characters that can deal potentially with the Tracer.
True Blade nearly taken out, and Orimaru falls right at the start of this fight, not even getting a chance to fight back, as it seems Zakharov just wipes him off the floor with a little bit of help from a few friends.
Yeah, and that's something that the Lucio is also very solid on the side of UNLV. They're not just taking Tracer 1v1s, they're doing, you know, Tracer with the Lucio jumping in and then jumping out afterwards. So University of Hartford is going to have to mimic that to an extent and send some homies.
Oh, but
As
Revan
helping his own homie.
decapitates Zakharov, and oh, but he gets traded back. He's completely caught off guard by how fast the damage came out from that Genji. Trueblade, though, doing some magic, working the Doomfist. And now all that remains is Insipid on this Orisa team. Surely going to fall. But how long will Zakharov be able to stall on this Tracer? Super elusive. Now has some help from Lucio, but a great punch connects by Trueblade. This Lucio is only going to be able to stall for a couple extra seconds. Trueblade, oh, scaring me. But holds on. Doesn't go off the edge just by a millimeter. And Hartford have control of this point once again.
Yeah, an unspoken thing there was that Cranky was able to take out that Genji that dived on him after killing the Kiriko on the side of University of Hartford, which is also very, very impressive. These 1v1 situations is really where it's going to kind of come down to, but if we can try and avoid it, as the UHeart roster attempts to avoid that and make it a little bit more difficult for these 1v1s to go off without a hitch, that's going to be how they beat UNLV here, as they are about to start equalizing on percentage on board here. But this Orisa comp is going to be very good at just kind of getting on point and staying there. So Triple 16 is going to have to cycle in and out, fighting them a little bit closer to the cap every single time. But here comes the rush, going straight onto point. They can survive a little bit longer. Orimuru winning the 1v1 against Zakharov, and then a huge pulse takes out one. Not the one he wanted, but it took out one.
And now Trueblade's gonna see if he can get this Genji, brings him extremely low, but he's getting distracted. So many people so weak in so many different directions. Does land a punch, but the Suzu comes through and keeps the Genji alive, and Trueblade's just gonna fall here, surely. And now Orimuru does right as well, and Hartford drop the fight, but have a few ultimates to come back here. Have the Sound Barrier, Overclock, and Doomfist ultimate of Meteor Strike. Curious to see what order they use these.
Yeah, and the University of Hartford, they do have pretty much equal on percentage here. However, this Orisa comp that they're going up against has an easier time of just bunkering and lasting out these fights, as well as the fact that UNLV has already proven how easy it is for them. But Insipid finding a long-range pick onto the Tracer in Blackout on the side of UHeart's going to very much slow down their progress and provide them another 10, maybe 15% before UHeart's even able to touch the point, let alone cap it.
And Hartford's, they're just getting locked out by the long-range pressure of this Orisa. And they can barely take any map control just by how oppressive the Orisa is on Insipid.
Yeah, it's not even just the Orisa. You see the Lucio looking for the boop,
so
managed to
low,
get through with the slide.
Isn't taken out. Orimuro, though, does find the kill. Dragon Blade finding a lot of value. Blackout holding on to a sound barrier against this Dragon Blade is a little surprising. Now he's just going to dance around. He pulls out the ult in the mid-fight, which allows him and his teammates to get a couple extra kills, play super aggressive. Now he's trying to hunt down this last Lucio, but he's getting bullied around by the Orisa. Tracer, Lucio still left alive. Great punch by Trueblade 16. Helps secure the kill on Zakharov. And now this Orisa and Kiriko, final members, now get taken out. 50% on the board for Hartford versus a full 99 for the Rebel Gaming squad.
Yeah, this is the University of Hartford. Cleaning up that fight was everything, as it was just going to go over this whole Lijiang map straight to UNLV. But the University of Hartford managed to hold on. If they can clean up these fights, and if they can do that on defense here as they're holding the point, it'll be very, very solid for them, as they are letting this Orisa comp just route fully. And I mean, that's something that you just don't see the same level of map pressure that they were able to provide when the Orisa comp was defending. The University of Hartford manages to take out the Lucio's Cranky, finishing off with a perfect melee. And the rush onto points giving them a little bit more longevity, and they might be able to get to 99 in this fight alone.
This is last fight territory. It's going to be really important for Hartford to find another kill, but they're not finding them, just barely. So many people so low, but the Pulse Bomb takes one out. Oh, the Lucio falls. Great headshot by Revan. Another one back to back. Takes out the Genji. Now it's just a Kiriko Lucio left to try and stall as long as they possibly can. Tracer, Orimuru is here for the touch, keeping this fight alive as Revan just dancing, trying to not fall. Lands the pulse onto the Orisa, but a Fortify and a Suzu are there to keep her up. Revan finally taken out. Trueblade back with his team. Cranky, Orimuru here trying to assist, lend whatever help they can, but this Genji is a constant thorn in their side. Gets the kill. Finally, one falling in favor of the University of Hartford. Lucio taken out. Bell missed by the Kiriko. Teleport, 1 HP. Doomfist is there for the kill. Just the Orisa left standing now with the help of Tracer. And Hartford look like they're going to be able to secure this round and force a map 3 versus UNLV.
Kenji dashing and just not being able to make it there, but that was a fantastic effort from the University of Hartford. Like I said, cleaning up those sloppy fights and being able to do that on defense was really solid there. That was the exact reason as to why they were able to actually take care of business and force this map 3 for Li Jiang, sending us to Night Market. And this is a map that can kind of go either way. Both of these comps are pretty viable. We're going to see a Sim TP here, and that does lead for the rest of the comp to be switched over to the Reinhardt. Sim TPing instead of out of spawn, directly into the window here is going to be large for the University of Hartford. But last round was huge. I think that the Doomfist comp worked incredibly well, as they were able to send more people to deal with things like Zakharov in the backline or other such things. However, we are seeing the same comp here on the side, or the same comp that they have been running for UNLV, but they TP out of spawn and then swap over to Tracer. So Zakharov is going to continue to be a problem, one that they weren't exactly able to deal with when they were on the Rhine comp initially. We're going to have to see how the University of Hartford deals with that, as the point's going to unlock in 15. They're here, but they have a long way to go until the point actually is going to start getting capped.
It's going to be really important for True Blade 16 on this Reinhardt to have good shield management, because if this shield gets burnt before this fight even begins, it's going to be a massive uphill battle. That being said, he's getting just thrown around by this Orisa, trying to pin away, but the Fortify is there to keep him locked in place. And now Cranky is high charge on this Symmetra, and he's going to find so much damage. Orisa taken out, Insipid falls. Hartford going to be able to lock in this point. True Blade maybe going to finally fall, as Requiem on the Genji is in his backline. But Hartford still taking up point control, and Blackout on this Lucio's harassing these flankers. Just gets booped off the map just barely by a great play from Toxic Player. That's quite the name. Now Revan still has the finds a great shot onto Zakharov, takes out the Tracer for Rebel Gaming, and has the ultimate, looking to see where he can use it if he wants to. And now True Blade just running it down on the Reinhardt. Hartford 40% and counting.
Yeah, the Reinhardt here is working incredibly solid. Night Market is one of those maps where you truly can just hold down and bunker on point. As they're going to actually swap up here, they know that there is no TP. They can hold close. They can play this little flow back and forth. And we see a swap finally off of the Orisa on the side of Insipid over to the Reinhardt, over Matra, which immediately gets put in the ground and then brought right back up as the Suzu does get used. But that's a lot of HP taken away almost immediately. A blade whipped out by Requiem, who's taken out. Insipid also going down. Zakharov, however, able to equalize. Gets onto point and at low HP, has to recall. The University of Hartford here up 2 players.
These DPS are going crazy. Orimuru and Cranky are just playing phenomenally right now. And we see Requiem swapping up the Genji over to the Reaper, not finding any of the value he's hoping for with that Dragon Blade. And now Hartford going to try and lock it down for final fight, as they have a monumental ult advantage. The wall coming out from Cranky on the Symmetra. Blizzard locking them down, hitting their entire team, just freezing the tank, completely bullying that target. In Hartford looking to secure it, as Sound Barrier comes out just for good measure to ensure Toxic Player can't get the 1v5. But he's going to stall as long as he can, see what he can make happen.
He does continue to stall. I'm surprised to see it was lasting as long as they have, but they're off point, and that's 100-0 to finish off the map 3 on Li Jiang Tower. A fantastic effort from University of Hartford, a real turnaround in this little small reverse sweep, as they managed to do a great job on the Doomfist, kind of figuring out exactly how they can beat the comp that UNLV was running. But this was truly a mastery of University of Hartford beating the players on the other team. Didn't matter whether or not the comp was slightly better. Didn't matter that Reinhardt might be passé or out of vogue. That was University of Hartford showing that they are better, and they were doing a fantastic job on Night Market, not only from the beginning TP play to shield management to the aggression that we saw from True Blade 16 when it mattered. And that, like you said as well during that, the DPS just ended up going off, from right clicks from Cranky to a fantastic job from Orimaru, from the blizzards to the walls to the everything started to click for the UHeart team. So that extra week of time, that bye week that they got, turned out to be a very solid use of time, as they were able to continue to iterate on this Rhine comp that we have seldom seen throughout this entire season, but they've come back on it and it looks masterful. It looks like they have done a fantastic job learning the ins and out of that comp. As we will be taking a short 5-minute break most likely here, as the other team is going to decide what team or what map to be sending forward, as well as any swaps. And especially in a high stakes match such as this, it's very, very important for everybody to take time, breathe, and recenter themselves, whether you are the UHeart team or the UNLV team. So we are going to see Insipid calling for the King's Row. Hopefully University of Hartford continues, however, to utilize this time to just breathe. They did a fantastic job. I don't think it would be resting on their laurels to necessarily just take a short break here, stand up, stretch your legs. Seems like it would just be a good idea in general, just to, keep your wits about you, take a breather, reset, and then go back into the next match exactly how you went into the first one. However, I think if we need, do we need a filler?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay, we need some filler. Could you split the cam over to the cameras? I don't think we do that anymore.
Split the cam over the cameras, isn't it? I think.
No, like put it up on the cameras. I have no idea if it is or not.
Oh, 90 seconds. Yeah, no, it is.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't really provide. So like typically I come up with bits. The only one I really got is Kenny's wearing a helmet. That's something, I guess. But that's also because I have this. So I got a cool trick to show everybody, I guess. I think I gotta turn my camera up a little bit. 1 second, I'm gonna stand up. Chat, tell me if this is as cool as I think it is. Wait, it can still see? Okay, it can still see. Oh. That wasn't it. Oh, we're going into King's Row, aren't we?
Initiating match.
Well, this is the whole bit. It's just riding a ripstick by holding a ceiling. It's the whole bit. From top to bottom is the whole bit. I hope you enjoyed my bit, and let's get into King's Row.
Ready for battle.
Ooh. Why are you muted?
So, for some reason, my frame rate just falls to 0 when I put it on the interview cams. But, it doesn't matter.
I don't understand. Internet's been weird recently.
Edit. This is so scuffed.
That hurt my shoulder somehow. Okay. Well, King's Row. Technically a Reinhardt Haven. For the olden days. I still think, however, Reinhardt can be incredibly strong on King's Row, and I think if University of Hartford's been working on this Ryan comp, I hope they've been playing a lot of King's Row, as they'll be setting up on defense here, and really be showing us off initially exactly how good they are at this comp. Widow taking a shot on the side of UNLV, not able to connect with anything just yet, and UNLV on the Rolatra comp with an Echo and Zakharov. Very scary player on a very scary character as they swap over to the Sojourn here. No more flanking, a little bit more pressure and frontline stuff as a great charge goes on. However, a little bit out of position for Triple 16 at low HP, forces a lamp for both teams. Triple 16 trying to get out, but unable to. And sadly, Triple 16 taking down the University of Hartford team. It's going to just respect the fact that this is a Brawl v Brawl and you're just not going to win it without a tank. So the UHeart roster all getting back, giving up 2 ticks, if not 3. So they're going to try and set up for Archway here as Triple 16 does get back, but not in time to confidently push back onto the point and reestablish some pressure. But they are going to try and hold this forward spawn, split up this second point. Hold this forward position, and split up the second point into multiple fights, win or lose.
And Trueblade rocking this Reinhardt with a couple great Mei walls from Orimaru. He's been able to get a good early advantage in these fights. The issue comes from Requiem on this Echo. They've put up so much value in that first fight with their focusing beam to just remove the entire health bar from Trueblade 16. Now, Ultimate online, he may be looking for a shatter, knowing that the shield is out of the way, but oh, so much damage coming out from both parties. Now, Trueblade just going to hold the shield push with his teammates, trying to ensure victory from this fight. But a lot of chaos. Cranky was unable to make the jump. Sad. He'll make it next time, I believe. Revan.
I believe absolutely.
Revan now with the ultimate as well as Orimuru. Looking forward to see how they use their ult economy in this next fight, as Blizzard may be a powerful tool to just instantly remove the tank from the field. And oh, Blackout nearly takes out Requiem as well. Been a massive kill. Great pin plus wall combo. Now, Duplicate comes out. The Echo brought super low right off the stop. Cranky pulls out the overclock, shooting through this window. Just hitting so many shots. Removes the Lucio from the picture. A great Blizzard as well, just to guarantee and secure the victory. Very expensive fight by the University of Hartford, but they did what it took to win the round. Now, ults still massively in favor for UNLV now, as Insipid and Zakharov both have theirs, as well as a close ultimate for Toxic Player. Trueblade nearing his Earth Shatter. It's going to be the only tool in Hartford's bank to find victory in this fight.
Yeah, the University of Hartford team, already taking a loss as Orimuru goes down early, but this Reinhardt just delivered like he's Uber Eats Insipid directly into the backline of the University of Hartford. They're still going to respect him back up, but that's a fantastic pick for them to take. If they can just reestablish on one of these two corners, that's going to be very large for them. However, looks like we have a problem as Revan, getting fully volleyed, manages to live through it, probably with a back left shift.
Hartford has a sizable advantage right now. They should be looking to push this, but instead they're holding back, waiting for the Lucio to return, which, or the Mei rather, which has given Tide for Insipid to come. And now Shatter onto the Ramatra isn't going to find a kill, but Blackout is there to find the follow-up on Zakharov. Now the window not finding significant amount of value, but the Lucio player for the University of Hartford caught just a little bit out of position as Toxic Player takes him out. And now the Annihilation on the table for Insipid, trying to reach their backline, but instead opts to use it just to survive and stabilize and just force a little pressure off this cart. But with great shielding from Trueblade 16, he doesn't find anything whatsoever. And now Hartford looking to find a couple kills and end this fight here and now. But a good disengage coming out from UNLV might be able to mean they get out with their lives.
Oh, but they're not getting out with all the abilities that they could possibly get. Cranky once again messing up the jump. Gonna take the wrong way, maybe? I've never seen a person walk upstairs wrong, but they managed to do it. They truly show me something new every day. Oh, and Orimuru so low, but managed to walk away, and Cranky still gets the kill. A worthy trade as they take out Requiem. Zakharov hitting back, but that's still an up amount for the University of Hartford, as UNLV is going to finally respect the end of this fight, as it has been penciled, it has been said, and that's going to be the fight over University of Hartford. Defending second point here with 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. They've done a fantastic job to erase all of these minutes and seconds. This is going to be a flank left side here, as the entirety of the team of UNLV is going to be walking down this alleyway. Not a lot of forward pressure, except for Cranky, who's going to take the long-range pressure and take out Requiem before they even have a chance to think.
So much damage going into that Ramatra. Is Trueblade 16 with a little help from Cranky, they're just pounding into these targets. Now Orimuru pulls out the Blizzard, just saying, hey, we are bullying your front line. You're not going to play Mei on King's Row? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that is a lot of utility kind of being left on the table for this Brawl comp. Almost doesn't feel like a Brawl comp when you have these two DPS. Sojourn is a must play, echoes a fantastic amount of damage and ability to kill confirm, as well as their ult being very strong. However, look at this wall. I mean, you can just go early, have the wall go off, and Requiem is just stuck in completely. They could have flown over, but they're taking so much damage. Orimuru with 4 back-to-back body shots on a flying character. That's a projectile. You need to time those.
Big slam!
Shatter! A beat does come out, but it's going to be just chewed through as another wall comes up, and this is University of Hartford playing Brawl to perfection.
Hartford is looking magnificent right now as they're just staggering this Lucio out just a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't survive, and there he goes. Hartford absolutely going to town against UNLV right now.
This is an utterly fantastic play overall by University of Hartford. They have abandoned cart, which is pretty far behind them, for the place of just playing for this Mei wall over and over again. The Lucio this time getting caught in. A BAP coming from where? The window, the lamp, everything being used.
And they don't get the
but
touch.
The kitchen sink, and they can't even touch. Nobody was able to go around and flank. UNLV unable to cap second point, and UHart keeping them at only halfway through on second point on Kings Row.
What a near
crazy turnaround.
What a near flawless second point defense by the University of Hartford. It felt like they didn't actually even lose one fight. They they traded one player in the early stages of this, which honestly was rather advantageous for them. But they opted to just back off and concede until their remaining member returned. And then they just won every single interaction that happened off of a couple headshots from Cranky. Orimural with crazy icicles. Trueblade on the Rhine is going wild. And they are just taking it to Rebel Gaming B. And, oh man, we've got a game in our hands.
Absolutely. I mean, this UHart team is truly coming alive. And this is not only a turnaround from last match to this one. They're playing with so much more confidence this map, Kings Row, compared to Lijiang. But compared to the last time we saw UHart in the regular season of NACE, they were notorious for fumbling defense on Kings Row. It just has to be said. And this time they start off on the defense and they put up an incredible effort on second point. As you said, damn near perfect. It was incredibly impressive all around from the University of Hartford team, and we're going to see how they go up against this as a couple more changes here on the side of UNLV. iToxic player, who used to be the Lucio on Lijiang, now swooping over to the flex support, even on attack phase for them. Now off of the Baptiste and onto the Ana, with Requiem now on the Mei. So let's see how University of Hartford fares against a little bit more rounded, a lot more utility inside of a brawl comp here, with a little bit of an interesting flex support as the wall immediately goes up on their Umacha.
This is just a massive play by Orimural with a little help of the Reinhardt from Trueblade 16 as Hartford just take out the two most important members right off the start and seem to get a full cap of this first checkpoint.
Yeah, this is incredibly comparable to what UNLV did. It was just a quick pick and then immediately capping first point. But second point might be where the troubles come. I think that the size of the wall is incredibly useful for second point, and this is why a lot of the defense happens on second point, especially when you're playing these Brawl v Brawls. But Orimural seems to be on fire, and Cranky has already taken out Zakharov on the side of UNLV. This is a great place to start because you want to get past this archway as fast as you possibly can on second point.
And it's, as you say, it's an instant numbers advantage for this first and most important fight of this entire remaining round. Hartford able to just push right through this deadly choke, and they just have control of half of the remaining map that they need to push through.
Yeah, this is incredible pressure that they're providing, and this is a pretty poor corner to try and hold. Trueblade 16, however, finally hit by the anti-nade, but the freeze
great
comes
blizzard
down.
in
That's 3-2.
The Lucio just barely able to survive, and now nanoed onto the Mei as a pin connects. Big connect, but the Mei still surviving with, again, a powerful nano. Good headshot, though, from Cranky, trying to keep them in it. Forces another cryo. This team is looking to hold, and great boot by Blackout. What a play by the Lucio for the University of Hartford, just securing this kill. Orimural, great headshot onto the Lucio, and they're just going to look to push these final members of UNLV down with this overclock. Not going to fall, but two powerful ultimates, Earth Shatter and Amplification Matrix on the side of Hartford with just a Blizzard sound barrier for UNLV. Looking to see who goes first, who pulls the trigger. Maywolf comes out by the University of Hartford, and UNLV doesn't even get the touch. Just terrified to push through this Reinhardt of Trueblade, knowing he has the Earth Shatter, and Hartford take map number 2 in a decisive fashion.
I wish there was a word more strong than decisive to describe this, because that was poundage. I mean, look at this play from Trueblade 16, providing so much damage. They're dying so fast that you can barely even tell how much damage went into this play of the game. The UHart roster was on fire. They are in sync. They are a single cell paramecium, an amoeba of sorts, thinking, acting, doing together everything that needs to be possibly done. Not a single one of them is out of lockstep from each other. This is a great coordinated play, and once again, I have to mention, an amazing turnaround from how their Rhine comp has been looking previous during the regular season. This is like, sorry, I don't actually know enough about basketball. Adam, tell me a basketball player that when they go into the playoffs, they just light on fire.
Oh, I don't know. Playoff P? No. Who's the best example?
I don't know basketball very much. Michael Jordan? That feels like a cop out.
I'm blanking. Plays for the Heat right now. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Yes.
Jimmy Butler.
This is Jimmy Butler levels of playoff playing right here as we are watching a team just go, okay, it's on the line. I'm going to play like the rent is due. And all these guys have room and board through the college. So like, what is happening? I don't fully understand, but this UHart team is just simply going off. This is a fantastic play overall, as we're going to see once again a map pick for UNLV as we are headed into match point for this UNLV versus UHart game, as Insipid on the side of UNLV has selected Servasa. It's going to be very interesting, as it's going to be a little bit more difficult on any flashpoint to play Reinhardt. But if this is how good the brawl is already looking, it should be pretty simple to swap in a little bit more omnidirectional tank and still be able to provide the same level of competency that we've been seeing so far.
And yeah, as you said, Hartford, they've been looking really, really strong. My biggest question mark is going to be, how are they going to fare if they go onto a map that is less, team oriented and more individual oriented, right? A lot of teams on Servasa like to play Sojourn Tracer comps with Kiri, Lucio, and Hartford. We saw them play it as well. It's a lot more difficult to make a composition like that find the success that they look for. It comes down to a lot more individual plays. Like we've seen Zakharov on that Tracer, he got monumental value on Li Jiang. Hartford, once they were able to go to those more team-oriented maps, that's where they started to find the success. So I'm curious to see, what they pull out. Some teams might literally opt into like, hey, that Rhine comp worked a lot. Maybe we can try to play it on a map we've never played it before. I'd be hesitant if I was the University of Hartford to do that. That'd be, this may not be the map for it, But, finding a way to bring that momentum in, whether it's, just keep hitting crazy headshots, like Cranky was doing, just playing with confidence, honestly. Orimaru was playing phenomenally in that, on that May. And if he can bring that confidence over to the Tracer versus Zakharov, it's going to be really impactful.
Counterpoint to everything you just said about this not being a team map and not wanting to run Reinhardt. They could be collectively Themi Butler. No, I don't like that. They could be Joel Embiid.
The guy that loses to the Celtics in the playoffs every year.
Every year? Yeah. Has Philly not won?
Nah,
everyone loses to the Celtics. They're stupid and they should be fined for spending more money than everyone else.
To clarify, Jason Tatum also always disappears in the playoffs.
True. He's also just disappearing now in the regular season.
Yeah, Tatum.
It's been tough, man.
I don't know, dude.
He does have 3 top 5 centers in the league, and I hate Boston. I hate Boston as a city.
What do you know about basketball that makes you think the Celtics have 3 top 5 centers in the league?
I know all of their names.
Who are they?
Even though I can only name one of them off the top of my head. Porzingis.
Okay.
White.
Derek White
is not a center because he's short.
Not at all.
Well, we got 2 of the Boston Celtics players named. I feel like I should maybe get points for that.
I'll give you I don't know.
He's Googling, chat. He's Googling.
No, I'm not Googling. I'm scrolling in chat. No.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I guess Al Horford, he's definitely not a top 5 center in the league.
He's definitely not a top 5 center.
Now that he has Porzingis, he's hardly even a center. He's more of a power forward where he belongs.
Don't even know what a power forward is actually.
It's the guy that's smaller than the center.
It's like a little AT&T bar, right? It just goes from like
Essentially,
like
kind of, sort of.
wait, who's the guy who brings the ball down the field?
Point guard.
Point guard. So it's like point guard
And
and
it's
then
bring the ball down the court.
who
We play on tennis courts,
shut
Peter.
up. Play on tennis courts. So I always thought this was funny, is that like in volleyball and in tennis, you have like 3 different types of courts that you play on. Like in volleyball, you have sand, you have indoor, and then you have grass. And then in tennis, you have
Clay in the grass.
you have clay, grass, and then there's another one, right? I'm pretty sure there is.
It's not clay and grass. Most people kind of only care about clay and grass.
Initiating match.
But then, well, there's 2 different, like, places you can play and places where you can be effective. I think basketball should add a new arena. You know what I'm saying? Get off the hardwood.
Trampoline basketball.
Trampoline. You see, this is, me and you, the connection. Fantastic.
Now,
But
for those that
we
know,
can get into the
for
game.
those that have the audio cues turned on, we're going into our next game. Hartford, thankfully, still on the left side, allowing me to keep my scenes kind of, sort of, mostly intact, but it's still decently scuffed. But we're going in.
Yeah, we're going into what could potentially be the last map for this match, as UNLV 0 points on the board right now. University of Hartford with 2 maps underneath their belt, and we're going to Servasa. A little bit different from how University of Hartford's been playing so far. They have not been playing individual game. They have been playing a team game, and both Servasa and New Junk City very prevalent for their individuality, the ability to bring that out of every single player. But the UHart team here, going back to something that they have already won on so far, and that being the Doomfist comp, which kind of requires a lot of individual greatness, as we're going to see Orimaru lurking right side here, getting seen by a Winston, not being jumped on just yet, as the Lucio behind him actually going to get run up and done up. Zakharov chasing them down. Orimaru not able to help as much. And it's interesting to see here, the individuality on these 2 comps is kind of opposite for what the teams might be wanting to do. The Winston comp, a little bit more about team and coordinated dives, as you could see every time that Winston goes up, he's got 2 to 3 homies jumping with him.
And it's getting a lot of value so far, as Blackout was instantly removed from the playing field with that first dive. Might have been caught up just a little bit in the doorway, maybe bonked his head on the roof, not too sure. But we see Cranky switching over to the Sombra, which is an interesting option, as it may be difficult to play into the Winston. But that being said, curious to see how it works.
Yeah, it is interesting, because who are you exactly going to hack here? I mean, the Virus might be strong here, maybe even getting up EMP, especially if they're playing so well together with this Winston comp. The hack does go on to the Kiriko, still has their abilities back though, and they're going to do a lot of damage and not even use any of them. But Orimaru, that's the individual factor that we were talking about. Triple 16, however, taken down. Orimaru able to make it so that's equal, but Requiem finding another as they dash right back through Cranky. It's definitely an interesting choice to be going on to the Sombra here on a comp against
That's
a
a
comp
switch I like.
that doesn't have very many hack targets. But like you said, this is the swap you want to see, especially for the rest of Servasa. Queen, very well known for every flashpoint, especially very good on Servasa.
Hartford may just need to be giving up this objective, as it'd be pretty difficult to force their way into. Now,
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't call. Triple 16 does
complete
not
with...
call it correctly.
Hey, but it almost looked cool. We would have
Would've been sick, right?
we would have caught the coolest play on camera of the entire match, but instead
Oh, I would have popped off.
we caught the most embarrassing moment. To be clear, this would have been more. This is more embarrassing than Orimaru killing himself with a pulse bomb.
Oh yeah, easily. Very much more. It's just calling a shot and missing it. However, this UHart team does manage to go get the point before it even unlocks. Starting off this fight as they get into this corridor. A rush, however, they are going to be very tough for them to deal with, as everyone just has to back away from Peach Axolotl's decision to use that ult so early. The point does finally unlock, however, as UNLV should get first crack at it, as UHart routing around the side, not opting to go and deny any of that progress to actually defend the point. But
Oh, what a knife!
Now in the middle of a rush, a fantastic knife on to someone.
But not able to find the kill. Sound barrier comes out in this mid fight, and Cranky gonna be the first to fall. Difficulty for the University of Hartford. A knife missing on the Winston, but connecting with that Kiriko. Nearly takes out the Winston, but the bubble is just too strong. Orimaru on this Tracer. Gonna see if he can sneak out alive. Blackout surely falling. And Hartford falling again. But ults online. They are nearing this rampage by True Blade 16 on the Junker Queen. And they have the sound barrier as well as a response to Requiem's Dragon Blade. Curious about this Primal Rage. Is Hartford going to be ready? Are they going to be able to handle it? We'll have to see.
They're worried about the Winston down early.
Orimaru nearly takes him out.
Early. Be very solid. The Winston wants to be able to get into the backline easily with it. They want to maybe take damage once they actually jump in the first place. Orimaru skirting by it.
Great kill!
With a combination play there. He managed to take out Toxic Player on the side of Lucio. Beat comes out to perfectly negate this blade, who gets antied, and then immediately the Suzu used on the side of the UNLV. And this Genji is fighting for their life as Zakharov going off the side of the map, potentially falling to their own pulse bomb, but they still have it so I guess must have been off map.
Some beautiful tracking shown by Orimaru, and as you said, I believe Zakharov did take a little tumble off the cliff, as they say in The Lord of the Rings. And we say here on broadcast.
I mean, yeah, we pull from the greatest to ever do it. As University of Hartford finally here defending a point, only one point on the side for UNLV. Tracer already forced a recall here, but both Tracers down recall at the beginning of this fight. Pulse on board for both. Going to be very interesting to see how those actually land. The Genji already using Deflect. Orimaru looking, obviously, wanting to Pulse, maybe just finish them off with the bullets if they can. Unable to find that one clip or that blink melee. This UHeart team backed off the point here. The Primal finally coming out on the side of Insipid, but that's going to be the only ult used as Zakharov misses his Pulse, but Orimaru comes up with aces. Peach Axolotl, however, able to take out True Blade 16 on the Junker Queen. Have the University of Hartford team about to lose this flip of point. Cranky giving up his life to even proc the OT. And now Blackout, once again, frightfully attempting to do this 1v3 and unable to do so as the University of Hartford team just simply scattering to the wind, and that another point going over to the side of UNLV. And this is UHeart down 0-2 on Servaso right now. They're going to have to pull off something pretty amazing here to pull off this reverse sweep.
But I have to say, Hartford did look a lot better in that second round. And if they can, keep it rolling into this third point, I think they got a good chance of actually completing a reverse sweep. Revan now pulls out the Kitsune Rush bright and early, nearly taking out Insipid on this Winston. And now Cranky still holding on to this ultimate, trying to see if he can get value and win this fight without even using it. But oh, a good headshot coming out early into that Tracer. All of UNLV's 1 HP. Nobody quite falling yet, aside from the Lucio. Finally, the Genji does fall. Winston sure to follow. Brought right down Tracer and Kiriko, the last remaining members for UNLV. And as I was talking about, Hartford has been starting to look a lot more clean now that they switched over to this new composition. And a good final kill onto the Kiriko. Maybe a couple extra staggers if they can. But Pulse goes out, does not find its mark, and Hartford setting up for this next engage. Ults galore. This is going to be a very chaotic fight.
Absolutely. I mean, I think something big to look at here is Zakharov as well as Cranky. 2 DPS ults. Cranky going with it first. Zakharov with the Pulse, potentially trying to negate it, but that Winston is brought incredibly low. Suzu already used, and the Winston's still low as he gets pulled back.
Finally taken out.
Dragon Blade.
Beat there in response for the Dragon Blade, and oh, everybody's 1 HP for both parties. Oh, a great headshot coming out from Peach's Axolotl. Now Genji sure to fall. Deflects, just gonna keep himself staggered for a little bit as Hartford pushes forward, just making sure no re-engage is possible, and they secure this third round. Looking forward for point number 4.
Yeah, and this is, like you said, the University of Hartford is just, their throttle is finally going full throttle as the Blackout manages to touch, stop the only other person that was able to touch there, Zakharov, lurking on the bottom right side, as they do go down to a well-placed boop, as University of Hartford, especially Orimaru, going to try to get over to this point a little bit quicker than the rest. Looking to get real deep here, as I think a Jagged Blade might have actually just hit there. Lucio brought incredibly low, a rush going out incredibly early as they are just trying to bully this Winston out of existence. Pulse now online for Orimaru. Blackout once again taking out one of the DPS on the side of UNLV as Uhart just gets to calmly walk over to point, and with 15 seconds to go, they will be able to uncap or unlock it and then cap it almost immediately. And Cranky, very interestingly, over here on the Cassidy.
Now, I'm looking forward to see how this Cassidy fares. The Fan the Hammer is going to be a really powerful tool, and Pulse Bomb stick directly onto the Winston. Beat and Primal Rage both come out at the exact same time, but the University of Hartford seem to have gotten just a little bit separated as kills finding for the for UNLV is Hartford. Not going to be able to get the value they wanted, and now they take a second, figure out this next fight.
Yeah, and I guess a little bit of an overzealous call on my side, as well as an overzealous play on the side of University of Hartford to start off that point so early. A lot of really interesting choices there as they decided to go chase heavily after that Winston, not get as much value as they wanted to, and then don't even get first cap onto this point. Could be pretty bad for them, but they do manage to recoalesce. They do have a strong ult on their side, and 3 ults are close on the side of UNLV, but if played fast enough, they will not be there in time for UHeart's actual start of this fight. As the Fury Rush does come online, as Cranky got incredibly low. Pulse comes out, not able to find anything, but Triple 16's able to finish him off whilst doing it.
Oh, he's so weak. But Revan,
whip it at 1 HP.
Revan there to keep his tank alive. Now, Ultimate is being looked for clearly by Triple 16. Great discipline on this knife. Finds a massive backswing. Trying to take out this Genji now. The last person contesting is this Winston. Tries to stall. Ultimate goes right in. Finds so much value. Now this Lucio nearly lands the knife. Just haunting these final supports is Hartford. In last fight territory for UNLV, Hartford, no more mistakes available.
Yeah, and it's looking like they're not trying to give them that. This is a very, very well played. They waited on that Jagged, or the ult on the side of University, or on True Blade 16's ult as long as they possibly could until it was absolutely necessary. Gave the rest of the team time to build up, and they have 4 ults online here against 2 on the side of UNLV. They could parsimoniate them out as slow as possible. They can try and whip them all at the same time. Either way is going to be very solid for them, as both teams are now very close to final fight territory. The beat, however, does come out. Requiem able to use that to save himself at low HP, but Insipid goes down to Cranky's High Noon.
So many people at such low health. The Kiriko TP just barely keeping her alive. Now it's Lucio and Kiriko. It's just Junker Queen versus 2 supports. This is pure chaos. True Blade falls. Orimaru just gonna have to. Does he realize?
I don't think he saw the percentage.
No!
Oh, and he negates the ability for him to touch by blinking away and looking to regroup with his team. UNLV taking Servasa, taking their first overall match as the University of Hartford finally loses one in this match against UNLV. One match away from winning off this series in total. However, UHeart getting a lot better throughout that entire performance, showing up truly at the end of Servasa, doing a great job, but too much of a loss at the beginning, not the way that you want to start a map like that. Especially with how fast those points go and how big those small mistakes could actually end up being, as trying to regroup with your team there at 92% makes it so you can't even touch the point. Orimaru tried his best and did fantastic throughout the entirety of that, as the rest of this UHeart team is going to have to just continue on, take a solid 5-minute break, regroup their mental, and go into this next one knowing that they have done fantastic work up until this point and can continue to do so in the next map. As it is their map pick, they get to decide exactly how they want to play this. A little bit more team-oriented, a little bit more individually focused. As those decisions are going to be made between everybody involved on that UHeart team, including their coach as well. And I'm going to continue filling some dead air, allowing the coach to speak to their people. No idea if the cam is on me because there's a 90-second delay, but I'm going to assume that it is. I see that it's being swapped over right now. And I guess I don't really have any other bits. Hi chat, how's it going? If you're in chat, tell me what your favorite vegetable is, and why. Yeah, I like green beans, actually. Wasn't really a vegetable fan for a long time, and then I like steamed green beans. They're a little crunchy, they're a little flavorful if you put a little bit on them before they steam them, but you also put a little bit of avocado spray on them. It's a solid mix-up. Kenny likes broccoli. I think that's cringe. I don't really mess with broccoli all that much. Um, Unless it's like, you ever think about the fact that like Chinese food broccoli just hits different? Like you'll go get like a orange chicken or like a like some sort of medley or something like a even not even just Chinese food. Like you'll get pad Thai and we'll just throw some broccoli in there, a little bit of a little bit of, and for some reason it bangs to high heaven. And I just don't understand that because like you just can't make it like that at home. I just like covering it and stuff so much so that it isn't even healthy anymore, but that's why it tastes good. So like the real cost benefit analysis of whether or not it's worth it to like eat that broccoli and consider it to be healthy just kind of comes down to that factor of like, well, like it tastes good, but it's not healthy. But like when it tastes bad, it is healthy. That's a real thinker, chat. Type a 1 in chat if you think that broccoli food from the Chinese place is healthy or not. Type a 2 if not. And for those intrepid among us, if you heard the audio cue, you should be able to tell we are going to be heading into Esperanza for the 4th map here. University of Hartford up 2-1 against UNLV, losing on Servasa, but heading into push where a lot is up in the air. There is definitely a general overall individual focus on this map, but you can play well, you can hold space, you can play together, and a lot of different comps will inevitably work for either team here. So we're going to see as the University of Hartford, that was sick. I just want to say that was sick.
What?
The using your nose to turn on the mic.
Oh, I do that all the time.
So stupid, but I find it really sick. But University of Hartford team, whether or not they actually want to go with whether or not they want to go with a little bit more team orientation or they want to go with something like a Doom so that they can actually play a lot more individually focused, I think both are going to work here, as University of Hartford just needs one to put this away, and they do have one to spare as well to put it to a pretty frightful, pretty scary map 5 opportunity. But University of Hartford can just set the record straight right here and just show them exactly who's the best at these new goofy game types that we've been seeing added into Overwatch as of recent. After Flashpoint, we do get to see push here, so let's see how University of Hartford fares as they do roll out on the Winston as well here. Very interesting choice.
Hartford has been working on these Winston compositions, working on their timing, working on the coordination, and Orimaru, speaking of, nearly taken out before anything even happens.
Yeah, it was brought incredibly low. Very, very interesting choice here to go onto the Winston. I don't know whether or not they've been practicing this inside of their scrims, but matching the energy that on the side. Oh, that's a low Kiri. I don't think they have Suzu. They don't have TP either. But True Blade 16 playing incredibly smart here as they don't chase after that low target just because they're low. Would have definitely been a poor position to be in as they use that jump today they save to just get out, place a bubble, and heal back up. Even though they're going to lose a little bit of progress on the bot here, still close in the middle, still very much could go either way, as they're going to have to start taking this high ground away that Winston brought incredibly low. And I will say that's one thing I do like about UHeart's comp right now is the playing of the Echo. I think the Echo can provide so much extra damage and kill finishing potential.
And I really want exactly this to happen. I want Hartford to recognize they can use these ultimates and try and win these fights, but the sound barriers pulled from toxic players. Oh, Cranky just barely flying over the roof and is able to survive. Revan pulls out this Kitsune Rush, throws it right into the enemy's faces, but the enemy of UNLV is able to kite just barely. And what a chaotic first fight, as Hartford is seeming to have the upper hand with a couple kills coming in favor of very low Orimaru, but a surviving Orimaru.
God, that headshot took our caster to church there, hitting the high notes, but it was definitely something to be afraid of there, as the Kiri on the side of Peach Axolotl very well versed in just taking the head off these tracers. Haven't seen a lot of final blows, but if you can put the Fear of God on somebody, that's almost as good as actually killing them. University of Hartford, however, taking lead here, backing up and making a smart decision. They do lose Blackout, however, they're gonna have to back out all the way and not be able to play the footsie back and forth that they managed to in the first fight that led to their victory. They're gonna definitely have to get out, whether by death or walking should be good enough. Lucio might be a solid pick here, but for the University of Hartford team, they do just need to disengage and reset up for the next fight, as they will lose advantage here.
There's a garage under me, so I mute my mic every time it activates.
Oh, that's fair.
That being said, Hartford seem to be having an issue of just trying to escape with their lives in situations where they realistically just cannot. As soon as they lose their oh wow, that was early. As soon as they lose their Lucio though in that first fight, there's realistically not much of a chance for them to slip through the fingers. And as we saw, they did just fall. Now with a dead Tracer, Hartford is going to be looking to take a little bit of time, just play this slow, and force out this Winston early, though he does have the Primal Rage. A second duplicate available for Cranky, which is crazy building speed. And he's just going straight into Narnia, trying to find a couple kills. He flies in looking for the Lucio, but falls. And Winston, True Blade 16, is able to get the kill onto Peach and, you know, balance this fight just a little bit. But pure chaos. Lucio being juggled. Great play by True Blade 16. And now both Winstons battling it out. True Blade, does he realize how weak he is? Is he able to get this kill? The Winston's so low. So is the Genji. Deflect comes out. Genji finally gets focused down by Cranky on this Echo. And they're going to try and look to pressure this. They know they have a advantage in numbers. But, oh, a powerful headshot. Kunai straight to the dome of Orimaru as he falls. And Hartford just really struggling to recognize that this fight is not going in their favor. Revan throws out the ultimate and gets negative value. Now they waste it and nothing comes at the same time. Now I would love to see True Blade think about going over to this Junker Queen. Because again, Junker Queen is so strong. But Hartford yet to make the switch.
Yeah, it could be incredibly strong here. I think that Junker Queen, like I said earlier, mirroring this just kind of seems like more of an ego play more than anything else, because this team seems to be really well versed in it, as well as University of Hartford very seldom plays this Winston on this point. Insipid, once again, going into the backline, managing to get Revan. A Blade is going out. The beat does come out a little late, but is still able to save a couple of members, as they do manage to take out Requiem as well. But Insipid just going off on this monkey. They might be losing a fight, but this Insipid guy really just fighting his own battles and doing a fantastic job at that. Winston's still alive, bot not being pushed right now, as University of Hartford's gonna have to grab that back. And with 5 minutes on the board, they definitely have the time to be able to push up a couple more numbers here. But Zakharov taking out Revan could spell not a lot of progress here for this bot, as Orimaru tries to push it back to neutral to take away forward spawns. But Zakharov is still going to get that benefit, as the high ground has already taken by this Winston comp on the side of UNLV.
And Hartford really needs to stop staggering and dying so early. Is mid-sentence, Orimaru is taken off the board with just a couple great shots, and Cranky able to survive, just barely. Really forces out that recall early though with the good sticky bombs.
Absolutely, I mean, this two-heart, like,
Again, just dying before this fight even begins, and I'm not sure why, I'm not sure how. Like, this fight has yet to start, and we're already losing members. This is really tragic to see. And it's not just any one person. This happens to Cranky, Blackout, Revan. Everybody on this team has been dying way earlier than they should be. Now, True Blade 16 seems like he's most likely going to fall here. Maybe he gets out, just barely. Revan. Now, this is where Hartford needs to turn it on. They need to pick this up, and it all starts with a good Kitsune rush. Now, they TP in, turn the corner, throw the rush out. True Blade 16 haunting down this backline, but there's just so much healing that they're not falling. Everybody brought so low. True Blade finally gets a little help from Cranky, jumps back to the safety of his Kiriko, and Hartford are going to win this fight with just one ultimate expended, and Revan finally gets the better of Zakharov on the Tracer. And they're going to look to get a couple kills here, which I love this aggression.
It's also aggression in the right place. I think UHeart has not been relying on what this comp really needs to use on this map specifically, as they are walking away from it again. Connector and high ground is where you want to be setting up these dives. It just gives you an inch on the other teams. And even though the forward spawns have just been completely on the side of UNLV this entire time, True Blade 16 brought incredibly low as he fights for that high ground. They need to start up there. They need to not just default to jumping up there, instead starting up there and then jumping to another location, as UHeart once again has to back out, as Cranky and Trueblade 16 not linking up on exactly how that dive was going to go, and both not being able to get any kills. Cranky using an ultimate as well and just not being able to find the purchase needed, as once again the bot is back and across the line, as the UNLV squad once again has forward spawns. This is a brutal position to be in as the UHearts team. With only 2 minutes remaining, I think for almost 8 of these minutes so far, we've only seen the forward spawns be on the side of UNLV.
Hartford, has yet to even capture the forward spawn checkpoint. So really need to string a couple fights back to back to back here. And sound barriers coming out. Lots of ults used. Dragon Blade traded out for the sound barrier of Hartford. Pulse Bomb doesn't connect, doesn't find anything, but True Blade 16 so dangerously low. This Winston is just getting harassed by the enemy team. And on top of that, Zakharov on the Tracer is just putting in the work, just harassing Revan every second of every fight.
Oh, as you can see, Requiem also doing that, forcing the TP, but gets taken out as Blackout and Orimaru combine for that. But like you said, this is going to be after a couple fights strung together incredibly well. They're taking the bot, starting it off as best as they possibly can. Triple H 16 able to take out Peach, but Revan also down on the side of UHeart. Zakharov once again doing work, taking out the DPS on the side of Cranky. Orimaru on the Tracer, trying to push the bot maybe, but that's such an advantage on the side of UNLV. They very smartly decide to back up here, as only Lucio and Tracer really have the ability to contest this bot against 4 members of UNLV who just keep on coming back through these fast spawns that they have.
And they are maximizing the spawn advantage to the fullest. They're getting so much value, regrouping, coming through the connector, and just taking these fights. Revan finally getting the better of Zakharov, and even though they have a numbers advantage, they're opting to try and just kite, which is working out for them in the end here. And oh, they bring that Winston to 1 HP, but there's just no follow-up. And he's gonna get healed up, brought back to half HP, but I don't think they recognized how low they got that Winston. And what a impactful, mistake and difference that's going to make here.
Ooh, a huge headshot onto that Tracer right after they recalled. Very good, as the University of Hartford manages to kill them off at 14 seconds. This is now going to be a couple of fights strung back to back, bootstrapped together, all in OT for University of Hartford, and they still have to face the forward spawns, as the bot's not even going to be there to be able to prevent Toxic Player from getting them, as the entirety of UNLV already routing through this high ground, through connector. Triple H 16 couldn't find high ground with an OnStar GPS system, apparently, as once again continuing to play on this low ground. UHeart gonna have to pull out some absolute magic here, as they're gonna have to win 3, maybe 4 fights back to back to back, and from a disadvantageous position. But they do have the ults on their side right now.
Hartford, as we said, has the Primal Rage. Duplicate comes out early, and Revan does find the better of Zakharov yet again. Love to see it. And ults galore being thrown out. A Kitsune Rush, Sound Barrier, Duplicate, so much expended, and so few kills are being found. Finally, Hartford winning this fight and holding on to 1. This Primal Rage is going to have to be so impactful. But because they haven't gotten this checkpoint yet, they're going to have to wait, as the bot does just a little bit of a butt scratch.
Yeah, this is going to be a long wait as the googly eyes continue to bounce back and forth, reacting to all of this little inquisition to the barricade. But the bot moves much quicker than I've ever seen it move before. Maybe they changed that, and maybe I've just been smoking reefer this whole time. University of Hartford, however, taking good positioning here, moving up a little forward. They want to have this Winston take a good amount of damage so that they all look at them and then just pop that Primal Rage. Blackout able to find Insipid. A fantastic effort to start this off. Exactly as we called it. University of Hartford's True Blade 16 gets low, immediately pops the Primal, forces everybody back, leaving the rest of the UHeart squad
Can't quite
to
find
just
this
deal with
Genji.
whoever's there. Can't get the kill, but as long as they're forced back, that's already a solid effort. And that reduces the amount of fights needed to win down to maybe 2, 2.5, as UHeart once again taking this forward space. True Blade 16 doing a much better job of positioning here, all in OT, as this is going to be one of the longest push maps that I think I've seen in a very long time.
Now, the most important thing is going to be Orimaru with this Pulse Bomb. It is the one and only tool that Hartford has to confidently win this round. Oh, and Cranky falls early. Revan right behind him, and that's going to spell the end as the Pulse Bomb goes astray. And Hartford surely going to fall here, as they are brought into reverse sweep territory, and UNLV is playing phenomenally.
Yeah, UNLV has really flipped a switch here. One that we saw them flickering with at the beginning of Li Jiang. A fantastic effort from everybody, but a major shout out to Zakharov, potentially being, wow, the play of the game. Instead, still going over to True Blade 16, who managed to do a great job towards the end with this Winston. As you can see, this play of the game happening in OT. UHeart just taking a long time to come alive and understand what they needed to do, and honestly, still not utilizing the map's geometry and the basic flow of the map to maximize every single second, which we saw UNLV doing quite a lot. And UNLV has some incredible, impressive players back and forth as they go, as they utilize Zakharov there quite a lot. We will see, however, they're going to be losing one of their players as they do leave the game, and then they're going to be swapping in another. As very interestingly, a last second decision as they go into map 5. And I mean, listen, this could be game 6 Clay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? This could be their player who simply comes in for map 5 because they're that goated, because they're just going to hit so many threes back to back to back. So an interesting choice on the side of, yeah, an interesting choice on the side of UNLV, and another interesting choice as the UHeart roster is going to be swapping out and going to be using a 12-minute bio, as they do have to sadly leave their facility and run back to their dorms just because of the facility timing. They didn't expect to be going map 5 and go this deep, and these maps have been real bangers going back and forth. So everyone in chat, we are going to be taking a quick 12-minute break. You're going to be stuck with me for quite a while as they all run back to their dorms, get their setups going. I also realize that one of them is a commuter. I do believe that Leroy is going to have to drive home here. Is that correct?
Oh, that's such an interesting dilemma.
Yeah, that's going to be very tough. I don't know how long their commute is. I don't know where they live in relation to where they actually play, or whether or not they're going to maybe set up a laptop in somebody else's dorm and just get it done like that. So I'm going to let our captain slash caster slash all hat wear, Air Culver, take that for a little bit, as I think I'm going to entertain chat for a little bit with something. Yeah, something. Let's go with something, as we're going to figure what that thing out is. I don't know. Why don't you? I'm on cam, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, let's go with this. Let's go with me sharing screens, and I can entertain chat for a little bit. Let's do that. I have MS Paint. You can see my webcam. I haven't really come up with an idea about what I'm about to do, but how about this? I've started a debate in chat. Let's talk about it, huh? So, a question was posed in chat earlier. How many calories do you think a Kiri kunai knife is? And I think that's a pretty dang good question. I mean, you got the kunai blade drawn just horrendously with the little circle at the end. You know, this little donut here at the end kind of looks like a donut. That's why I was thinking about it. They look kind of delicious. Wow, this knife is terrible.
That's actually not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Chat, applaud. Applaud, chat.
Thank you. If you can applaud in chat, that would be very, very awesome. It definitely would go wonders for my mental. As we are going to maybe try and draw some of these little stripe things on the side. A little bit of grippage. You know, you want to have a little bit of serration in your grippage, whether it's a sword or a kunai knife. Very, very helpful. But how many calories, chat? How many calories do we think a kunai knife is?
Way more. Way more than you would expect.
Probably much more than we expect. So a couple things have already been said by Unorthodox Kane. Shout out in chat. They said at least 2, right? So we have one guess of, oh, that is not what I wanted. We want 2, right? So this is a big question mark, right? I think that 2 calories is very low, right? Most things have hundreds of calories. When you look at the nutrition facts on the back of the labels, you typically see quantities hundreds, maybe tens if you're like looking at nuts or something, but that's going to come down to serving size and very unnutritious foods and such. As I think 2 is a little bit of a goofy possible answer here. However, Unorthodox Kane saying that they did a little bit of research, and I'll read according to my extensive research, they did Google for a minute, metals and other most inedible things don't have calories. Now, that's where I think you're wrong. See, when we Google what a calorie is,
Calories, energy.
it's a unit of energy. So all items, whether edible or inedible, should technically have energy or a unit of energy if burned in the correct engine. And if you think about it, your tummy, your stomach, is just a little engine. Burns things up, creates a little bit of energy, provides it to the rest of your body. So I don't think you're right on that one, Unorthodox Kane. Let's read through a couple more messages here as we see Super Hoopla responding and saying things can only have calories if biological bodies can burn them, burn their materials to make energy. So yes, metals don't have calories. I think you're missing the point here. What if I could eat metal? Hey Vsauce, Peter here. If I could eat a metal, let's say I gave myself a bionic stomach, what exactly would I get, right? How much energy, how would I be able to turn a metal into a usable energy? Let's start with the periodic table, right? On the periodic table, we have a lot of different elements, some of which are edible. I think like one or two of them are edible. I think the rest of them are not. I think the only ones that are edible are technically sodium, Na, because when you combine it with chlorine, you get salt, which is technically edible. So I guess Na and chloride, one of the two. I'm getting shakes of the head.
That's not how it works.
Shut up. And then also carbon is edible.
So
because we're carbon.
to clarify,
Shut up.
To clarify, you're saying two elements are edible.
Three.
Three elements.
One of them is a material, actually.
So
one element is edible.
So follow up. Should you just eat chlorine?
Eat raw carbon? No, whoa.
Or like
I take back what I
eat
said.
lead? I mean
No.
like graphite?
Carbon is edible. And I know this because my brother used to eat pencils whole and didn't die because I still have a brother. So I'm pretty sure that carbon is just fully edible, right? Chat, can I get a check on that? Anybody eating a pencil from the tip up? That's how my brother used to eat them. I've watched him do it before. It's insane.
What about
He's
oxygen?
also eats cereal with orange juice in it instead of milk.
Is
so.
oxygen edible?
No, because it goes into the lungs, not the stomach, idiot.
Have you never eaten oxygen?
Yeah, but then I burp and get it out of my stomach because it doesn't like it. Burping is just like soft throwing up. It's just microdosing throwing up. But anyway, carbon, edible. Because we're carbon. Animals are carbon. Kenny, not carbon. Actually, mostly silicon. Kind of messed up. I can't sleep with him in my bed because I get allergic. I'm allergic to silicon. But most animals are carbon. Actually, 99.99999% of all animals are carbon. And that 0.0001% are also carbon. So, if carbon is edible, how do we get energy out of carbon? Let's go for energy conversion of carbon. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just going to start Googling and see if I can get a number. And if you would like to help, co-caster, you know more about science than I do. What am I looking for here? Like, I want to take an element and I want to get the energy out of it. How do I do that? E equals MC squared. No, but I can't just Google that. Shit. Oh, fuck. I'm so bad at science. I'm like horrendous at science. How long do we have on this pause again?
Leroy is driving home.
He's in a car? Oh my god. Okay, chat, help me. Do I just Google E equals MC squared? Because, like,
What?
E is energy, right? Let's go back to MS
mass
Paint.
times acceleration.
E equals MC squared, right?
Oh,
So
wait,
this is
no.
energy.
C is not acceleration.
It's light speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that one.
Yeah.
C is the speed of light squared. But you can't go faster than the speed of light. I'm gonna ignore that. Let's just break it down further, okay? Anger G. This anger G. Right? M is mass, right? And we're gonna ignore this part. So if we take a mass, no, wait, we're bringing it back. This is speed, which I'm gonna spell with two e's. Speed.
I
So if we
have a
take,
question. I have a
Mhm,
question.
mhm.
There are multiple different types of energy. That's not a question.
That isn't A, that's not a question. B, it's also just not true. Unless you have facts and logic to back up what you said.
So let's look at this. How about I phrase it differently? Not there are different types of energy. There are different dimensions of energy. Let's put it that way. Take a
Okay.
take
There's
a
only 5 dimensions.
take a candy bar.
Candy
There
bar.
are only maybe you could say there are 5 dimensions of like space, but the dimensions is just a concept.
Oh, okay. Non-scientific conceptual dimensions. Okay. Candy bar.
Take a candy bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
A candy bar, when you eat it, it gives you energy, right? Because you're
Gives you energy.
converting the calories to yourself.
Because I got little dwarves in me, just mining it up and putting it in the furnace.
Let's pretend this pencil is the candy bar,
Uh-huh.
right?
To my brother, it would be.
I eat it, I convert the energy to myself. But
Mhm.
there's other types of energy. Here's the pencil. Actually, I put the pencil on my water bottle. Okay? No potential energy. I raise it.
Oh. Now it has potential energy because of gravity. Is this energy?
It's a conversion of energy. The fuel
I
is the pencil. The fuel is the candy bar. That's a better way of saying it.
The fuel is the candy bar. So like the thing inside of my Bic lighter, we're sponsored by Bic lighter now.
True.
It comes out and then I light it on
It
fire,
what?
right? So that's
Sorry.
that's an element being burned, right? So like, and this, remember, this is all about how much calories a kunai knife has. Uh, Hoof in chat, you'll see this in 90 seconds. Nobody's won yet. A player is driving home right now so they can get to their PC setup. But to answer the question at hand here, how much is a kunai calorie? If can we burn metal, and can we get energy from the metal? Because we can burn carbon and we can get energy from the carbon, and carbon is just an element, and metal is a bunch of elements, and the kunai is made out of one of them, right? Right? Please?
I don't know what you said.
Okay,
Try it
let's just
again.
continue down this train of thought.
Say it again.
Right?
Say it again, but quicker and
We
summarized.
we burn the carbon and we get energy, right? Or we burn the lighter fluid and we get energy. Could we do that
But
with
I would like to clarify.
all?
Clarify.
Okay.
What type of energy do we get?
Um, you only
Two
told me
types.
two potential
Nope, not potential.
kinetic.
So we get heat energy. Heat is a form of energy.
Light energy.
Light energy. Two kinds of energy with flame.
I
Maybe
just
maybe a
figured it
third that I'm not thinking of.
How fast are Kiriko kunai knives?
That's a viable question.
This is a vibe. So 90 meters per second, right? That's energy.
In that case, here's what this is the easiest what like when I first heard the question, this is where my brain went. Instead of thinking calories, thinking joules. Joules are another term or another unit of energy. So what you can do is take the mass of a kunai, Joules. No.
Is that, did I spell it wrong?
Add energy.
There's a formula too.
But you need the mass You need the speed it's traveling,
Mass. Okay.
and maybe
How
something else.
heavy is a kunai?
Maybe something
All right,
else.
chat. We're here. We're here. Okay, so here we have what the fuck? Why can't we just write
Let me.
normal
What
equations?
does this say? Wait. Go back. I couldn't read it.
I'm going back. I'm going back. E
Uh,
equals FD.
force times density, I think.
Force times density.
Uh,
Okay. So
I
E
think.
is equal to FD.
Go back.
Force. Uh.
Mass times gravity times density or acceleration.
What? Mass times grav. Wait. What?
Oh, distance.
Eureka. So what are we doing here?
Mass times acceleration times distance.
Mass times acceleration times distance, right? Mad. So if we need the mass, how heavy is a kunai? 7.1 ounces. Thank you, Google. 7.1. Then we multiply that by acceleration. We already know what that is. How fast are carry knives? 90 meters per second. Am I still doing this right? To keep
Yep.
it as 90 per. Okay, so 90 meters per second.
Clarifying,
And then
what was the unit on the 7.1?
Ounces. We'll go with OZ.
You want to just like pretend that that's kilograms?
No, I'll just do ounces to kilogram because we have the internet. Kilogram. 7.1. Unless this number is stupid.
0.2.
Okay, this number is stupid.
No, that's fine. 0.2.
Okay. Which we're just gonna convert this into 0.2. God, I love doing science. I don't understand it, but I love doing science. Now we need the distance, right? So it's going from your mouth to your stomach.
To clarify, is it going from your mouth to your stomach at 90 meters a second?
No, it would cause a lot of damage, but it would release a lot of energy.
It would deal 110 damage. Is that how much kunai does?
I don't know. I don't play this game anymore.
You know, before they start this next round, Leroy is apparently almost back. But before they start,
Okay.
we're in the bathroom.
Okay, then chat, I'm gonna try and figure out distance because I think we just need to choose a distance here. Force times distance. So Joish, we're back on this. See, this is Poggers. We're our science man has left, so you're stuck with me for a little bit. He has the headphones on in the bathroom, and he's probably listening to how stupid this is about to get. But I think we're just gonna come up with an arbitrary distance and say that we're being fed by a Kiriko like 10 meters away. And he said that he wanted this to be in, what was it, kilograms? kg? And I think the reason why he wanted this in
Wait, why are we
kg
talking
is
about
to
Kevin
use the
Garnett?
metric system. Huh?
Why are we talking about Kevin Garnett, the greatest basketball player ever to play for the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Kevin Garnett played for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Is that real?
Wow, you know nothing about basketball.
He was on the Celtics. I knew that.
Yeah,
And he was better on the Celtics. I assume. I have no idea.
he had more success on the Celtics, maybe. I can't say for sure if he
Success
was
equals
better. I think he joined the Celtics during his prime. I think he reached his prime while he was with the Timberwolves. Hello.
Yo, hello, it's me.
That's fair.
Hello.
Hi,
Are we
how's
calling it
going?
GG's because they're finished? Unless Leroy just got on.
Leroy's getting on.
Mm,
Okay, chat. We're actually gonna end this.
We
and we're
running
gonna
it?
go back to Overwatch.
all right, we're running it. Bye, guys.
All right, bye, man. Leroy's on, right?
Yes.
God, I know how fast he drives when I'm in the car. Jesus Christ. I'm surprised he made it home in time. In one piece.
Alright, they said Circuit Royale.
Times 90 times 1. 18 calories, chat. We did it.
That was miserable.
Wait, no, it's joules. It's joules to
Wait, did someone DM me?
joules to calories. what was it? 18. It's 4 calories, chat. Everyone
Bruh.
clap. I did science. 18 is like Joule. Is it just J? I'll go with J. Is equal to, what was it? I just did it. 4.3 calories. Yay.
Hooray! All right.
And now we're going to have a match tomorrow. Today.
Bro.
Hopefully today.
Initiating match.
There they go. All right. I suppose I should do this again.
Oh, I should also do this again. Or never again. Thank you, everybody in chat, for sticking through with what was just the worst technical pause ever. But we figured out science. A kunai is 4.3 caloric grams of energy, and that's science and cannot be possibly disproven. Somebody clip it and send it to Noob Hunter, because we did science today, Overwatch science, and that's kind of poggers. But we are back. We're setting up for our 5th and final match, long awaited, to find out who's going to win against UNLV versus UHart, both tied at 2-2. Both teams playing incredibly well, incredibly hard, incredibly solid overall, leading to this map 5, as we will be heading into Escort, and seemingly the map pick being Circuit Royale as of right now, as both teams are going to be deciding exactly how they want to go about this. Both teams kind of homing each other and helping each other out here. Very much appreciated from UNLV to allow this UHart team to leave the entire campus and go back home simply because they got kicked out of their official playing area. So thank you, and a major shout out to UNLV, as we will now be heading into potentially Circuit Royale to see who will come out first in this match. First game of playoffs for NACE Star League GM3 and lower division. As we do head in, we're finally back.
Initiating match.
This will be fun.
This will be very fun.
This will be good. Lovely. Oh Lord. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited.
I'm
it currently shows
incredibly excited.
Blackout having a tank health pool, so
Yeah, and hey, maybe a little bit of a buff. Every single player here on the UHart team back to their normal setup, back to their dorm setup, back to their home setup. In the case of our commuter Blackout, could be a solid buff for them, you know? As well as the fact that they're back to a map where I think a lot of these players get to go back to their tried and true things that they really, really enjoy, except for Cranky. Honestly, I've never seen him play Hanzo before, so I don't know whether or not he likes it. But
What?
Sigma, solid option. Blackout on the Zenyatta, very well known for that. Orimaru loves a good sniper. We were on arcade mode. Don't know how anybody didn't notice that, but we're back. We're gonna swap over, set in the right game mode, and swear to God, this NACE Open Plus round 1 is going to happen on God, on Job.
It wasn't.
It wasn't on arcade mode. It was on regular mode, and we've been bamboozled again, but we will be going back in momentarily. Promise. Also, shout out to Unorthodox Kane spelling calorie wrong this entire time. You've gotten, loser.
What is going on?
We were just a day late on April Fools. Sorry for all of this pause, the technical issues that we've been having. We are trying to work through them as best as we possibly can, as we are trying to finish off this NACE Star League season so we don't just, or finish off this NACE Star League playoff round 1 so that the rest of the playoffs can actually go off without a hitch, as UHart attempting to correct the game mode issue that is currently happening. And remember, something that did happen earlier, Gumby has been swapped in on the side of UNLV. They no longer have the previous player that was on this team that I forget the name of, but they were on DPS. So that could be a major change for this UNLV team. UHart they are all back on their home setup, so that's another thing that could have a major change and impact on this game going forwad. And after a 30-minute wait, after a lot of dumb science and the finding out of exactly how many calories a kunai is, 4.3 exact caloric grams, it is time for UHeart versus UNLV Map 5, Match 5, Giga Banger, all marbles on the line as we will be going to Circuit Royale. And gosh dang, am I excited.
I'm stressed. I'm maybe more stressed than they are. This is chaotic.
Very much so.
Bro has 475 HP.
We're back to lobby. I'm gonna fucking end it. What do they mean it's arcade?
The Sig had 600 or 475 health.
Oh, it's open. Why? We got any scientists in chat who can help fix this, man? This is brutal. All right, third time's a charm.
So,
I'm rolling
like,
dice. They're coming up 6s.
So like we just sending it?
I have no idea. I have zero clue.
It looks like it works.
That looks like a normal health pool. That looks like a normal health pool. For Sig, at least. Yes, yeah. Ori, shout out to Orimaru thinking that Blizzard pushed through a patch in the last 12 minutes, or 30 minutes realistically, since they left the dome to go home.
Yippee!
That is, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen. UHeart versus UNLV, map 5. It's happening. Jeebus Creepus, holy bejeebus. Happy April Fools to everybody who celebrates a day late. You know, to Orthodox April Foolers. It happens on the chrysalis of the moon or whatever. I don't know anymore, man. Let's just get into some actual gaming.
All right, real Overwatch is about to be played.
I will best any
Shout out to
enemy,
Peach Axolotl. They're chill.
Yeah, they're very understanding, and once again, I do want to shout out not only just Pizza Lotto, but the entire UNLV team, because they all have to accept this, just how things have been going, and things are not going well for either team, so it's very much appreciated that we're still rocking with this, and both teams are giving a fair chance to each other to find out who's going to be the winner. Once again, UNLV, 2 points, UHeart at 2 points, as both teams here will be fighting for the victory to go on in this NACE Star League season, or playoff run, as we do see Orimaru on the Widow, Cranky on the Hanzo. We have True Blade 16 on the Sigma, Blackout on Blackout on the Zenyatta, and then Revan on the Baptiste. A huge rock onto Cranky from Insipid, still playing a fantastic tank overall, as a lamp is used rather early. Orimaru looking for an opportunity to snipe here, as instead they just opt to back away. A very interesting choice in the soldier here, as it's good damage, but against these long range faster TTK characters in Hanzo and Widow couldn't spell doom, as a lot of that backup damage did help, as True Blade 16 managed to take out 2, Cranky able to take out Zakharov, take their head off as well, and shortly after this I will be finding out how many calories a Hanzo arrow is.
I've got to say,
easier, it's wood.
I think my favorite part about the Overwatch meta and the NACE map pool is that we go the first 4 maps, and it's a, you know, it's a brawl, it's a dive, it's chaos, it's a great battle. And then we just, based on the map pools, it's just a roll of the dice, which, because there's no one that has any knowledge on snipers. Like, nobody has touched a sniper, nobody's touched Sigma, nobody's touched Zen this entire game. And now we've got all of them. As we see, iToxic player takes out Orimaru on this Widowmaker really early on in this fight. Dragon maybe getting a lot of value, but Flux, now that the gravitic or the Sigma Rock is gone, it gets so much value. True Blade going crazy. Can't hit the AD strafe, but Blackout is there to pick him up. And Hartford get the hold. and secure, even though they lost that first member.
I'm trying to pull myself back across the goofy axis here, back away from where we've been. But like you said, it is very interesting to see that not a single sniper, not a single long range, like we have not seen Zen, we have not seen Sig, we have not seen Hanzo, we have not seen Widow, except for one singular shot by UNLV out of spawn on King's Row. You don't know how these players play this spam comp. You don't know how they play this range comp. And now it just has to come up last second as Zakharov coming up huge with a pick. 1 minute and 30 seconds only for this attack phase, but they're pushing through 2 major picks, a third and a fourth to boot, as Revan, the only one surviving, just has to run away. And that should be first point going over to the side of UNLV, as we will send this to second point. Upper phase here. Ori Muro, however, did not get the message and says, no, I'm still going to swag out. I got permission. I don't even see a grapple, so I'm not going to get hit by it. And I'm just going to keep on fragging out as best I possibly can.
Hey, I don't see you, you don't see me. Trueblade instantly decapitates the soldier as a character that can't land headshots. Great, just great play overall by the Sigma.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, True Blade 16, like I said earlier, well known for this Sigma, a fantastic player when it comes to that Sigma. That's what they initially came up with. Register for Ori Muru, also doing work on this Widow. Fantastic headshots, really winning this Widow duel, even though it has been back and forth. Zakharov and Ori Muru are going to be 2 fantastic players to continue to watch. Both of them just holding down angles, doing a fantastic job. However, this second point, a lot more favored towards the defensive side of things. Okay, he tried to zero grapple. I know he tried it, but I don't know he knows that it's been taken out of the game.
I'm not sure. He might have... I don't know. I don't think he ever knew what it was to begin with. Let's be real.
It's actually a much better much more likely.
Now, he's on this powerful angle. If he can find that headshot, but he can't. He gets jumped by the Zenyatta. No sound cues whatsoever to keep him up. And now, we're holding on to this Transcendence. I'm not sure why. The Tactical Visor and the Gravitic Flux were both popped, but he still holds on to it. Interesting decision making by Blackout, as this is going to spell the end of second point, and they're just going to roll right on through.
Yeah, especially with the way that these comps are being played, you really don't have a lot of opportunities to contest. Each point is essentially one elongated fight, back and forth, back and forth. Triple 16 flirting with the idea, but not swiping right, with actually going and touching the point here. But they've got eyes on the Zen, and that's going to be very important to continue watching. Ori Muru with a great pick, but that Zenyatta, they can show up anytime, any place. They know your address, IP, and all. But Ori Muru doesn't need an IP. He needs a telescope and a long-range Nerf rifle, as he's able to take out 2 players to start off this third point. Ori Muru doing a fantastic job, but UHeart's going to need to hold some space here to prevent any more progress on the cart here, as that Sig is in a great position right now, and True Blade 16 is not doing very much to deal with them, even though that should be their main priority.
Looking for the grapple. Ori Muru not able to connect, but still, this infrared sights is getting so... Infrasights is getting so much value. Oh, nearly gets the timing on the Baptiste, but gets challenged at the exact same second as Gumbiz Wu shows up around this corner. And Cranky is there to take him out. And Hartford is seeming like they're going to be able to lock in here.
Yeah, I think the locking is happening. I genuinely think third point is probably one of the weakest ones for snipers, but if you're good at them, if you can take these creative angles like Ori Muru is trying to find right now, and if you can have your Sigma play exactly like this, holding good space, Zakharov, however, able to take out Ori Muru on that little flank angle that they were going bottom left for, and True Blade 16 now kind of caught out, and Zakharov able to finish them off as well. Never mind, I take it back, University of Hartford, not necessarily locked out, but having a tough time of actually defending here, as the Widow is taking a great positioning on top left. A very aggressive play by Revan, but he's going to have to jump over with no lamp, nothing available to try and heal him up. He's at a low HP. He's being shot from every direction. It does go down. Gumbiz Wu able to take him out. True Blade 16 going in with the trance on the side of Blackout, trying to get a kill on this swap here as he goes over to Winston, but gets pulled up into the air. Very vulnerable, unable to do very much, as UNLV ekes it in with 1 minute and 30 on the board, as University of Hartford, seldom playing this map, does not manage to hold off or provide much of a defense in the way of time for the Circuit Royale. But now they have the opportunity to attack and potentially set a better pace.
I have so many mixed feelings about that round. Hartford...
Like salad.
I think the most notable issue for Hartford is that based on the way that they set up and how they fought for each of those objectives, they only needed to lose one fight for them to get the for them to lose the checkpoint, and that's so significant, right? Like, we saw it on this first point. As soon as they lost this fight, first point's I guess a bit of an exception because this corner is where so many of these fights happen, right? Where you don't have much of a chance to get a recontest. But they just allowed themselves to fall over while they easily could have used a Transcendence to hold. And then the exact same thing happened in this final bend on second. Transcendence was available by Blackout, but he opted to hold on to it, which allowed his team just to get walked over. Now, on this third point, I think a little bit of just mispositioning. A lot of members for the University of Hartford were set up on this low ground, and a early pick by the enemy team taking out, I don't remember which player it was, but there was an early death by the University of Hartford, which allowed that third point to just also spiral downhill and out of control.
Absolutely, and I mean, like, however, this could also be the case, and like you said, this first point could go dastardly just because of how it's shaped. There's not a lot of opportunities for 2 consecutive fights easily being able to be set up. So UHeart could just breeze through here as they're looking for a snipe here. Orimuru on the high ground manages to find Zakharov, a huge pick. Now taking a look at potentially the SIG, a perfectly timed shot as the Eat goes down, taking away any overhealth that they managed to build up. Here's the grapple shot. Not able to find much as they all start to back up in UNLV, respecting the space gained here. And with still a tank alive, however, it's going to be a bit tough for them to actually bust through on the side of UHeart, as they do have a perfect Sonic up on the target they want to be looking at. Orimuru trying to find that Zenyatta, or at least provide extra damage to the Sigma. He opts to go for the high ground. This is going to be very, very important to continue up this pace, but as you can see, they're doing a fantastic job of elongating this fight as long as possible. This is still mostly the first fight, even though everybody is back. Only one pick just provided a little bit of space, but not necessarily a full fight win, as Zakharov manages to take out Triple 16 at low HP with a well-timed headshot.
And Hartford, in the exact opposite fashion, now they're just backing up. As soon as their tank falls, they concede all of this ground, and, you know, maybe look for a pick or two if they can on the way out. Again, power of these sniper comps is that they can constantly find these headshots whenever they want.
Exactly, and in this UHeart roster, like what we said, even for UNLV, we have no idea how prevalent these snipers are for any of these individuals. We can see Zakharov and Orimuru doing a fantastic job of it so far. The grapple shot going slightly awry, having to last minute adjust.
Oh!
Has the knowledge of where they are and goes for a great drop shot. Really, really well done by Orimuru so far.
Big shout out to Cranky as well on the Hanzo with the sonar arrows, allowed to set up the alley-oop for his Widowmaker. And now this window does come out. A good Gravitic Flux brings the Sigma down to 1 HP, getting so much value, but the Transcendence does come through, keeps his whole team up in Hartford. Gonna be forced to fall. And next fight.
Player popping off as yeah, the next fight is just gonna have to happen as Triple 16 does go down pretty late there, pretty poor stagger, but they do manage to force out the Transcendence there. Blackout still working on their first here, could be large to try and solidify this, but they do have to use it rather aggressively as they did not do a very good job of doing that on defense. They're gonna need to do that here as best as they possibly can. It's going to be needed. This Transcendence, as we are down to 1 minute 15 seconds on the board for UHeart's attack here, and they're still on first point. Gonna have to clean up second phase. They're gonna have to get through first phase in the first place and utilize some of these picks as the Flux does go wide here, goes on to Triple 16 and gets taken out in the air because of the high noon. Not much could have been done about that besides a well-timed eat if possible, but Cranky does manage to find Peach. That's a Baptiste gone. If they're able to find another pick here, could be absolutely everything. The patience here on both Zakharov and Orimuru with both having sights up right now. Kind of just negating each other out of the fight as neither of them are taking shots at anybody else. Triple 16 looking to get back here as they do finally get back, but 30 seconds only remain on the board here.
What?
A very aggressive Transcendence from Blackout. Not necessarily a lot of damage taken, but a great flank potentially as they go on to this Zenyatta. Trying to hit these shots. Trying to find him. He's stuck in the corner.
Takes him out. Great.
Snapshot done.
Way to capitalize on the awkward situation. Now, Revan pulls out the Baptiste window, and Hartford a little scuffed, but they are able to finally take control of the second point and roll into third. Roll into second rather.
Yeah, and they're gonna, like I said earlier, they're gonna have to have a clean second here. Zakharov, however, starting off with a pick. However, so did Orimuru on their defense phase, but I don't think they had the Sig pushed up that far. As Sig does try to rein it back in a little bit, they send their Baptiste up to try and help. As well as we see the swap from Cranky over to the Sojourn. A little bit of caster cursing is the second the name is said. They managed to go down. Zakharov then taking out Revan. As the University of Hartford team is just gonna have to back out here. Like you said earlier, maybe a couple picks on the way out, but not really much you can do here. It's Blackout just trying to get out, opts to stay where he is, instead gets the pick that we were needing. The University of Hartford team does have one here, and with a little bit closer spawns, might be able to use that to re-push pretty effectively.
No. Again, that's a significant kill on the Zenyatta. He may be back in time for this next fight, but if Hartford moves quickly, they could get a free Gavitic Flux off, not needing to worry about the Transcendence. Now, of course, I do believe the Zenyatta is back in time. Too much time spent, and Hartford taking just a straight up 5v5, an honest straight up 5v5, might I add.
Incredibly honest. Yes, wine glass. As the
indubitably.
University of Hartford does just walk around this little spire here, trying to find something. Zakharov, however, in a great position and finding the great value. And University of Hartford still opting to use this Gravitic Flux. They put in a lot of damage, but they're down too. But they force out a lamp, they force out a trance. That's not bad. However, Zakharov continuing to just use that, and he gets a 4K throughout that fight. A great effort on the side of Zakharov
they're cooking.
and the whole of UNLV as Orimuru.
Oh, they are cooking!
They're making decisions.
Nah,
Oh,
you know
God.
what? I'm okay with it. You know,
Oh God.
why not? Why not?
All right, I'm leading back with goofy access.
If the enemy Widow is gonna hit 4 headshots, put a shield in their face. Oh, we are flying now.
Blocked.
But Hartford, we're still alive. 2 ults are being spent out, and Hartford just going for it. Last fight territory. You know, it was courageous. It was bold, but in the end, it is not going to find the purchase that they were hoping it would. As just a significant ult deficit. Really put them in a bad spot. And honestly, I think if that ult economy wasn't the way it was, maybe it plays out differently. But in the end, Hartford does fall, and chaotic game, but well-earned victory for UNLV.
You know Frank Sinatra. You know that song by Frank Sinatra, "My Way."
I do.
I think if the University of Hartford's going to go out, I'm glad that they ended that last fight with them going out their way. And also picking a play of the game to boot. True Blade 16 doing a fantastic job overall throughout the entirety of this match. Got rather scuffed at the end there, but a major shout out to UNLV as University of Hartford does lose. UNLV winning 3-2 and will be heading on throughout the rest of this bracket. Hopefully they do fantastic. And this match is remembered somewhere, but that is going to be it, I believe. Unless there is double elim for this bracket, I don't imagine so.
There is
As that, in fact, will be the last of the U-Hearts games for this NACE Star League spring season. An impressive effort. They really turned up. They did fantastic work the entirety of this, but a lot of scuffedness just led to a difficulty of play for the University of Hartford. A lot of them having to drive one of them having to drive all the way back home. The rest of them having to go back to their dorms, all because of the time constraint. So that is very tough for everybody involved, but UHeart roster doing as best as they possibly could to deal with that and still managing to do a little bit of magic. So it was very great to see, and overall a great season. They played in a much more difficult league this year. None of them are even GM, and they still opted to play for the GM3 minus league, and they managed to do as best as they possibly could. So a major shout out to everybody on the UHeart roster, and to UNLV for giving us a fantastic match that we do wish was a little bit less scuffed, but understandably so. The UHeart team did as best as they possibly could against that. So great effort all around from everybody. As a little bit back to the drawing board for UHeart, but with no players graduating, we will see this roster return next year with a couple of new addendums that have been cooking up in the background. So it's very exciting to see where this UHeart roster will actually go. But we should potentially have a... Hey, what if we did an interview with everybody who is willing to get into VC? I think that might be nice.
I'm cool with that.
I think that would be cool. Just get a little bit of a goodbye to everybody, see what their maybe like favorite parts of the season were. And for everybody in chat, if you're still there, send some questions for anybody on the roster from today's matches, from the season, from anything like that, because this is going to be the last time you see these guys in a little bit. Hopefully some of them have webcams on if possible, but we will be asking the entirety of the UHART team a couple questions, seeing where they go from here, and ending off this elongated, sadly, but very enjoyable cast. So if you've been watching this far, thank you very much. Drop a follow. You can also check out these VODs live. We'll go through all of this again later at UHART Esports on YouTube, as well as on the Twitch channel. I do believe that the VODs get posted and should be available for everybody to watch. But we are waiting for them to hop in for a little bit in a post-game interview, see where they're at, see how they're feeling, and just get a general vibe check before we send these fellas off to end officially their total season. How are you posting all of this so quickly, man? What the heck? Is this just a copy pasta?
It is.
What is wrong? Can you get them in the thing? Do you want me? I can drag them.
Yeah.
Okay. God, I hope you guys weren't having a real conversation. If you have a webcam, turn it on. We're doing a full team interview.
I gotta switch to mobile, bro. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna switch to mobile.
You gotta switch to mobile. Go switch to mobile. Also, if somebody could track down Sean for me, if they're
I'm right there.
he's right there. God damn, who's missing? I'm feeling really stupid.
Jason.
Jason, if you could track down
No,
Jason, and get him
Jason
in here
is
too.
not. No.
No.
As
Okay.
as his name implies, he is cranky.
Which is understandable. It was a little bit of a scuffed match. Thank you all for who are willing to come and see this and be a part of this interview to finish off. Kind of an exit interview for this NACE 2024 Spring Star League season. I guess I want to start off by actually laying some ground rules. I'm going to tell you your name so that you speak and not speak all over each other, unless you think it's funny, in which case just go for it to speak over each other. But let's start off from the top to the bottom. Let's start off with Blackout. How are you feeling? How did this match go from your perspective? You had to drive home for map 5. Where are you at mentally right now? And how did you think the match went from your perspective?
I'd have to say that the way the match went, it was full throttle. I mean, we channeled every bit or piece of applicable knowledge, applicable skill. And I think that was pretty much shown throughout the first two maps out of the match. We came in full throttle. We applied ourselves, and we did get a result. We did get what we put in, but it got to a point where I'd say we start to kind of fumble a little bit. But ultimately, I feel satisfied with our progress, really, but not really satisfied though, because I know deep well in my heart and my head that we definitely could have had a better performance. But yeah, I'm still in a pretty good mood. I think I'm grateful for at least how far we've come, and yeah, and I look for good things moving forward.
Yeah. I think that positive feeling is definitely deservedly so, as you've done a fantastic job and you showed off a lot of incredible skill today. Let's move on to Trueblade 16. The Reinhardt was electric on King's Row. You guys all played at a high level and incredibly well. However, for you don't have a lot of experience with Reinhardt. What has been that process been like for the last 2 weeks since the last time you guys played to just assimilate this Rhine into your playstyle and then show up so big on the 2 Rhine maps, right? Night Market, Lijiang, and then all of King's Row so impressively. What were your thoughts as you were playing the Reinhardt today for the first time, essentially, in a NACE official match?
Swing and just swing away to my heart's content. No, I had a lot of I played a lot of Ryan in quick play, then in competitive, played a lot with Adam, talked about how you play it, and I definitely got a lot of help from the Rhine Master himself, Mr. Eric Culver. And I'm really happy with the way that I performed on Rhine today. I had a lot of great communication in terms of calling out my managing for my shield when I'm swinging, when I'm hard shielding. Um, when we had Symmetra on our team, I was good at calling when I was hard shielding, so our Symmetra can walk free with beam. My shatters were pretty solid. Didn't get a shatter blocked at all by shield. Took that Ramatra for a journey a few times. Yeah, took him for a little ride. I think the Reinhardt today was pretty solid. I know Reinhardt as a hero is not the best, but I'm glad I was able to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was something else you
Yeah.
said. I forget what else you asked.
No, I think that covers it up pretty well. I think you did a fantastic job with the run, and I think all that practice really helped out, as well as learning at the feet of the master. I think the previous best Reinhardt to play on UHeart easily was me, but then second place was absolutely Eric Culver.
Are you
Hey,
talking about when we
Arissa
ran
Ryan.
Arissa Ryan?
Arissa Ryan,
You
baby,
wanna-
what can I say? I was electric.
Let me
Do not pull up any VODs. Do not pull up any VODs.
I'm not pulling up the VODs of your gameplay, just quoting a Reinhardt coach who said, "Why is this guy playing Ryan when you're on the team?"
Yeah, I don't know that.
Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Peter, my sweet child.
Okay, we are moving on actually. Ori Maru, let's move on to you. So Joe, I have two questions for you actually. First one's going to be, what is your anime profile picture? Who is that? I might need to stand a new character here.
Oh, the person that I pulled today, Acheron.
Oh, you pulled. And
Shout out to Hawkeye Star Rail for not sponsoring this VOD. But yeah, I got fucking Acheron light code mid game.
I regret asking. I actually do not endorse gacha games of any kind. We're going to move on to instead your performance during today. I thought you played incredibly electric. I want to point out one amazing moment of you tapping while playing Mei at range, a echo on King's Row. And not only that, a lot of this match came down to a lot of key moments between you and the opposing hitscan player in Zakharov, from the Widow play on Circuit Royale to the Tracer battles that we saw throughout the entirety of the match. What was your mentality around that? Were you specifically attempting to go after this player? Were you trying to just best whoever was in front of you? Or were you identifying them as a major threat to try and shut down? And I also would like to commend you in saying that you did a great job, and I think overall you were winning out in that strict 1v1 between you and Zakharov, especially if you consider the Widow plays at the end in Circle Royale. For you, was that the mentality you were having? Were you thinking about this epic duel of fates, like lava-filled, like battle inside of your mind, or were you just swagging out?
It's kind of hard. I don't know. I did feel the heat of the 1v1s a lot of time, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we were equally on par with each other. Obviously he bested me sometimes. One clipped me that one time. A few headshots on Widow, but overall he was a bigger threat than most of the players on the enemy team. So I decided to keep him in jail. That was my.
I think you did a fantastic job at that. Aaron, and let's move on to Sean here. I also have two questions for you. What is your anime profile picture there? I might need a new stan to add to my collection.
Is Sean back?
Is Sean back?
I don't think Sean's back.
Sean is
Don't
grabbing
think Sean's
Bubway.
I have a feeling
Okay, Sean is instead grabbing Bubway in the middle of my goddamn interview.
wait, tell him to join on phone.
Peter,
hate
Peter,
him. I
Peter,
hate
Peter,
him.
Peter, Peter,
What?
Peter. I have a. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, we have downtime. This interview's already gone to shit. It was a great joke, right? I asked anime profile picture, then I asked the next one.
This is a question
Tebow for my Carly.
This is both a question for you and Adam. As casters for you or Overwatch, what was your favorite moment of this season? To watch, to talk about, to react to, whatever it was. What was your favorite moment?
Baby girl, I do way too many drugs to have a cogent memory that long. Like, I don't remember. I have enjoyed a lot of casting. I think a lot of the goofy casts have been a lot of fun for me. I like to push buttons and say absurd stuff. I think some of it is still up on VOD, but I mean, I said some pretty crazy things that I then started to tone down because I recognize that we are casting for our alma mater, and I do want to try and put out the best foot forward. But on the side of casting in relation to games, whenever you guys won, it was always fun because some of the games you won, I was like, that's gonna be a great VOD for you guys because you did not deserve to win. And then some of the games you won, I was like, you guys just swagged so unbelievably hard. I feel like a better caster for casting this match. So overall, I don't have a particular moment. There's definitely a lot from today, but that's just because my memory is about 24 hours long.
What are a few moments from today that you watched and were like, holy shit?
I got one.
No, Adam. Adam, you can wait. You can wait.
Okay.
I'll give my one. My one that I really holy shitted was when Orimaru, when Joe 4-tapped an Echo who was like AD strafing wide on King's Row defense second point. And then overall, King's Row second point was beautiful. You guys played pretty much perfect Overwatch for an entire point of
like
King's
minutes.
Row. Yeah, and I've never seen you guys play that good before. It was amazing.
You guys didn't get full capped.
We didn't get full capped.
For the first time ever, you guys did not get full captain in a NACE.
No, we didn't get full captain in a scrim recently.
Yeah, it's a scrim.
In a NACE, there's like a whole rest of my sentence that you actually have to listen to. But you know, whatever. I understand that.
I don't listen, Peter. You should know that.
I would say.
Stalker.
I would say today specifically, Li Jiang, silly
Li Jiang's
guy.
crazy.
Silly guy.
There's way too much happening to Li Jiang for me to fucking remember anything.
Do not full cam Leroy's pussy.
Pause. Anyways, Li
Fast
Jiang
forward.
Garden. There was a point where I was like, it's cooked. You guys lost like 2 at the start of the fight. They're at 99. But I was just like continuing to cast as it went on. And then you guys got kills and the cast got more and more crazy. And I think I DM'd Arlo, Mr. Nift, that just said like, hey, in 90 seconds you're about to be treated to some beautiful artwork. Yeah, that was fun. Casting King's Row in general was a lot of fun as well. But the other thing for me
Almost cold.
is since I'm not just caster but I'm also coach, I love and hate casting moments where I'm like, holy crap, why is this happening right now? Where are your brains at? Because there are so many moments where I'm just sitting here like, this is a silly decision. Why are we still making this decision? 6 minutes moves on. We're still making the same decision. Why on earth are we doing this? Which, you know, is vaudable. It's always vaudable.
Trademark that. Ship it, clip it. Let's go.
Vaudable?
It's always vaudable.
I invented that. I'm the first person to ever say it. Anyways,
Yeah,
I believe Revan has returned and Cranky joined us.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
then I
both
can
here.
get back to my questions then.
Yes, I'm on my phone because I unironically need to go to bed very soon because I got an 8:30.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's do that then. Cranky, hi, hello.
Hello, great to be.
I hope this isn't too ostentatious of a question, but I definitely wanted to ask about mental from somebody who, you know, seemed to have a little bit of a tough time post-match. The insta leave. I think one thing you also said was.
Oh
you put
no,
in,
I
like...
insta left because I had to go take a shower. I'm not tilted.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, even so, let's talk about mental here. How tough was that 12-minute to almost 30-minute pause that we had to take in the middle? Did that weigh on your Circuit Royale performance? You can respond whether as a team or individually, but it was a little bit tough to essentially have everybody just go home almost instantaneously for early classes because the dome was closed, because of all these factors. What did that do to your play style or your abilities going into that 5th match where everything was on the line, and now there's all these additional stressors on the side?
I mean, personally, I'll say, at the end of the day, it was like, I was always saying, I was like, at the end of the day, they have like every right to like say what they're saying, you know? So like, I didn't have like any mood, but it was like, if they straight up wanted to rule book us, I was like, at the end of the day, we have nothing to defend here, you know what I mean? because that was just my role of doing it. But if we play, we play, you know. But at the end of the day, like my entire thought was like, you know, if the second they start like saying things, it like I'm grateful that they gave us a chance because that's like they did a lot for us. I'm not gonna lie. So shout out to them if any of them are watching. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like it's just unfortunate, you know. So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like I said, it's like I don't think my mentality changed. It was more like we either play or like we actually have to forfeit, unfortunately. So that was my mentality waiting. But other than that,
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
we did
putting yourself into that mental of just like it's the better of two demons here is better. And I'm glad that you made the decision, and you guys still managed to play incredibly well on that map 5. I have one final question for you, and then I want to let you go because I know you do have an early class tomorrow, and prepping for bed and everything like that is very important.
What's up, Smoothum?
My last question is, could you, if you're on your phone right now, turn on your cam and go kiss Sean on the lips, please? You could just like go and smooch him because I know you guys live together. If you like, oh my god, it's happening, it's happening. Please lean in. Yeah. How,
No.
Bro, you're etching me.
Adam, this is the stream for the school.
that's better.
Yeah.
Leroy, put your pussy away.
That's better. Actually, I realize how bad my joke was now that somebody else said it. Like it was terrible.
It was horrible. Right?
Nobody clips that.
That was bad. Like, cause nobody calls a cat a pussy anymore. That's just like so. That's so passe. But
like
we're out of
so, like-
Women's History Month, so you know.
Adam, you're very close to your monitor right now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jason. I'm gonna try and keep this interview short. Actually, I just want to ask one more question to Sean. Hi.
Hey.
You are my sunshine,
Sunshine,
my only
sunshine.
You
Make
make
me
me
happy.
when skies are gray.
I actually don't have a question for you. I feel really shitty. I got a personalized question for everybody.
How much I love you. Please.
Oh, I got one.
Yo, quit yapping.
So you've done a fantastic job throughout the entirety of the NACE Star League season. I think it's been an absolute treat to be able to watch you, and I typically keep you on my main monitor, even though I'm watching Adam's perspective and the general team perspective the entire time.
I appreciate it.
So I wanted to ask this question. So you've done a fantastic job. You've grown. You've gotten better throughout the entire season. How does it feel to be the best player on this team?
Hey, wait.
I don't know shit.
The 1v1 arenas?
There's shit from you, bro.
No. The 1v1 arenas is everything, bro. What's the record? What's the record?
You're about to get the most egoist shit
What's the
possible.
fucking record?
My ego is through the roof, bro. You know what, team, bro? My back is like, bro. Thank God I'm right on my back, bro. I swear to God, you have a fucking bedtime, bro. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
I'd be gripping his thighs during scrim on Saturdays. That's why he's fucking
Shut
good.
the fuck up, go to bed, you fucking pussy.
You have a bedtime. Go to fuck the bed, bro. Go to bed.
Fucking God. Anyway.
You see this? You see this, bro?
No,
Man, they all wish they were me. They all wish they could be me. It's okay too. It's okay.
Dude, this dude's gonna be a doctor. He's gonna kill everyone. He's gonna kill everyone.
Yeah.
He goes through the roof. He's gonna cut something. It ain't right.
But you know, my back be hurting every day, carrying these guys on my shoulders. Bro, call me Atlas the way I'm holding these guys on my back.
Sean.
Oh, that's so nice. You're saying that your team is your world.
Amen. Fucking men, bro.
Sean,
That's kind of
Sean.
In fact,
backhanded.
Sean.
you are my sunshine.
Sean,
Yes, tank player.
you missed lamp on me, like, a lot.
When?
Yo, I remember. First point.
You're standing in the open, bro.
How do you miss a lamp? How do you miss a lamp?
Open, bro. You're standing
All
in the
right,
open.
time out.
How do you miss a fucking lamp?
Everyone stop
It's
talking.
fucking
Everyone
huge,
stop
bro.
talking. Everyone stop talking. The May player that dies with cryo cannot speak in this conversation. All right, continue.
Wait. No. That's completely out of the question. Where was the gap teased? Where was the gap teased when we
What do you
needed
mean,
him?
where's the gap tees?
Where was the gap teased
When
we
When the
needed
world
him?
needed him most.
Check the stats in
Vanish.
every single match, every single map we played. Check the stats, bro. That's where the gap piece was. The gap Kiriko, bro. Like, come on now. Let's stats speak for themselves, bro. Except for the deaths.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Peter,
Whoa.
I'm saying it right now. I'm saying
Yo,
Peter.
you can drop a triple double, but if you got 20 turnovers, bro, you have 20 turnovers.
Peter,
Like,
I'm
Oh,
personally a
he
little
thinks he
offended
did it,
that
bro.
you said that Sean is the best on this team.
defend yourself.
Well, I think coming right out of a loss in playoffs, the last semester for this year of us playing, potentially in NACE in total, and you just go outright say who the quote unquote best player on the team is.
Wait, what?
Support bias.
What?
I think
Wait, what?
I think you're just a little biased because you're also a support player.
Ever.
Joe, you dive crowd, shut up.
Uh,
I think you're right.
What the fuck? Yo, you're the worst debater on the planet.
I do
You don't
you're right.
think I'm the best player? Well, you're
No.
probably right.
No.
Hold on. Let me go back to the Atlas thing.
I-
I have something else to bring up
Yeah, continue to know.
because I'm
You
carrying.
wonder where I've been.
Jason, bro, turn off the fucking camera. Turn off your camera, you fucking. Okay,
Holy
Dude,
shit.
man.
My team is my world, and I'm supporting their asses.
Why the fuck do you have so many K-Cups?
That's fucking Joe. That's Joe. Joe bought like 100 pack of K-pops, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Wait, okay, sorry. I need to gain control over
need
this
all
fucking
those.
interview again. Shut up.
Shut it. Oh.
I have one more question for all of you, real quick. And this is gonna solidify, or a couple more questions, but I have
Oops.
one more for all of you. And this is gonna solidify who the best on this team is. So I need all of you to answer honestly and truthfully. And we'll go down the line. Jack, Trueblade 16, last name omitted. What is your GPA?
My current GPA is a 3.92, 3.96.
Okay, you're getting docked 0.15 because you are a music student. Leroy, what is your GPA?
Wait.
No complaints. Zero complaints.
You're
Bro,
fucking
you
psychology.
study music. You
You're
study fucking
I'm
music.
not
This is
studying music. I'm
insane.
fucking engineering, you piece of shit.
Audio engineering?
No, acoustical, you fucking dumbass. You studied psychology. You're getting nothing with that.
Guitar engineering.
Adam, as the coach of this
Music,
team,
I'm not
is
sure the-
acoustics a subset of audio?
Language deduction. You use mean words. I don't.
You're
appreciate
acoustic!
that.
Let's move on to Leroy. Blackout Leroy, last name omitted. What is your GPA?
3.37 according to UHeart
Sources.
Uh,
I made it up.
self-service.
Solid
UHeart
GPA.
self-service.
Jack loses another 0.5.
That's
Sean.
You want to see my fucking GPA?
Jason, what is your GPA?
Shit, I don't know, like a B.
Moving on.
Oriburu, Joe, last name omitted. What is your GPA? Jesus Christ. Sean,
Yo.
what is your GPA?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the same boat as Cranky. I'm also rocking a B. I think it's like a 3.0102 maybe around there.
Okay, so
Nah,
we're
this
going
bro-
to bump
this-
that up
yo.
by a total of one whole GPA point
Peter,
because you are literally a med student.
Yo, just know that when Sean studies, he's literally carrying bot lane. He's just a league player.
Wait, are you
Don't let
playing
that
League while you
distract you.
study for med school?
Uh-huh, yep.
No, actually be serious. No, be for real, because I do not want you to be a doctor if you play
I
League.
do not study and play League at the same time.
Peter, as
That's
I
too much brain power for me.
I'm gonna interject for just a second, Peter. If you direct your attention to team chat, I have found my actual answer, 3.82. I'm sorry for lying.
Yo, Peter,
You
just know.
fucking
I'm sorry for lying. I thought it was higher than it is.
Yo,
but
Peter.
As you can also see, it says BS in engineering.
Acoustical engineering.
I got
Just
a BS.
know. Just know when
Alright.
Sean fails a test, he says Mordekaiser diff.
Alright.
Anyway,
Peter, may I roll into my questions that I have?
Yeah,
stored
the
up?
last thing I wanted to say is that regardless what your GPAs are, I think that you guys are all fantastic student e-athletes, and you guys have been putting on a fantastic show throughout the entirety of this NACE season. Shut up. And the effort that you guys have shown both on and off of the server has just been something to marvel at. And this is why we have esports at the collegiate level, is that you guys can continue to do all of this stuff, still get good grades, and then also come and try and do your best in any league that we play in. So I appreciate all the effort that you guys have put in. Solid effort all around. And specifically to Jason, remember that you guys are student athletes first. So please go to bed. Please go to. You have an 8:30 tomorrow.
We love
please,
you. We love
please
you,
go to
Peter.
bed.
Bro, it's okay. I'm probably just gonna be playing AFK Journey.
He's not even in the
that
room,
class.
bro.
Yeah,
He's
no,
not
you're
in the
right.
room.
I've been
He's
or
not
in the
in the
kitchen.
going to
I've
pass
been in
it
the
over,
kitchen
however.
looking at an MPS
We
fridge.
do need to get through this interview. I'm gonna pass it over to my co-caster,
So,
Adam Culver.
I just wanna
Yeah.
highlight a couple questions coming in from chat. Starting off, Unorthodox Kane, the legendary chat member who has been here for every single one of the UHeart matches.
Shout out, shout out.
I want to hear who everyone's favorite hero was to play this season. Specifically, which heroes they felt the most confident playing or felt their best playing. Let's go down the list. From I don't know. Is Blackout here? We'll go through
Lucio.
Shocker.
Any okay.
Lucio.
Fair enough. Moving on. Cranky.
Lucio.
Who are you gonna say, Cranky?
Definitely Echo. Oh, it's definitely Echo. Oh, you kidding me? Oh no, I'm kidding. It's Soj. It's definitely Soj.
Our Lucio one trick and Sojin one trick said Soj and Lucio. All right. Orimaru. Of all
I don't have a
the
favorite character.
of all the heroes you played.
Bro, out of all the heroes I played,
of the
Yeah.
ones you played this season, who is your favorite, or who do you think you were the most consistent and confident on?
bro. All right, let me tell y'all a story. All right, let me tell you when.
I played Bastion one time.
One day, we're like Nift. One day, Nift was. I was talking to Nift. I was like, Nift, can I play Faro? No. Nift, can I play Bastion? No. Nift, can I play Genji? No. Tracer.
Affirmative.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story.
Yeah. Tracer has been meta for the last 6 years. So yeah. Yeah.
Joe, I have a question.
What's up?
Let chat know. Who do you play during comp games when you're playing with your friends?
Yeah. Who do you play, Joe? Because me and Sean know the answer.
Lately, I've been one-tricking Bastion.
No,
Okay,
no.
whoa.
That is an answer, but that's not the answer.
Save
Joe.
some pussy for the rest of us.
He ain't playing Tracer in our comp games, bro.
He's not playing Tracer.
All right. I have 8 hours with Echo this season. I have a 69 win rate. Okay, I don't want you to add me.
Whoa. I'm gonna jump to the defense of Joe here. Leroy, what do you play when you play comp?
Lucio.
That's a question.
You do not play Lucio.
I play
That was
Lucio.
grade A cap.
What does he
This
play?
shit's GMO free farm to table cap.
Is he a secret mercy one trick?
No, you voted view him. It's Anna.
Oh,
Lucio.
he hasn't played Rosana this season.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Anna hasn't been good, so.
Lucio, bitch ass nigga.
This is going on YouTube, but nobody's gonna. I promise the YouTube police aren't gonna look this far, so it's okay.
Peter, turn on your.
So
turn on your camera.
next up, Tebow from iCarly, Revan,
I'm
Sean.
sticking donuts on it. I would say
You're sticking to what?
You got
Baptiste.
4 options. Baptiste.
Yeah, Baptiste. I think the Baptiste is my personal favorite, and also just so happens to be my best character. I would say. I think Kiriko comes to a second close favorite. Anna.
Fair enough.
I would say Anna.
Anna. Okay.
But I'll say my tier list for my characters be
Yeah.
Baptiste, Kiri, Moira, Ana.
Can we get
No.
like a chatter to like create a montage of all the missed windows and rushes this season?
Now, the one and most hardest to answer person on the University of Hartford roster, Triple Eight 16.
Hard, bro.
Triple Eight 16.
Yeah.
Speak to me. What character would you say you've performed the best on, had the most success, been the most consistent throughout the season?
This season.
This season.
Just spring, no fall.
Correct.
I think it just has to be Doomfist. I think Doomfist. I think the Doom comp has won us the most games. I feel like I performed the best on it overall at the end of everything. I think Doomfist right now isn't probably as good as he was. I think pre-season 9 he was better. I think right now he's a little. I think Winston's better than him by a slim margin, but still better.
Mid-season patch.
Pre-mid-season patch.
There
Thank you.
go, Yeah.
Yeah.
POV. Jack Trueblade playing Doomfist, trying to punch his camera.
Joke that you missed.
That was fucking ass.
Well, Adam, I do have a little gift for you, right?
I thought it was funny.
So
You didn't laugh.
we got this thing here, right? Oh, it's reversed. Days
No,
since
it's
falling
actually good
off
on mine.
map.
It's good.
It says 0 right now, but nah, this ain't 0.
You didn't fall off the map.
I didn't fall off the map today.
Proud of you.
We get to move this up
All right, now
to 1.
a separated question from where'd it go? Was it Huzzah? I lost it. Huzzah for biscuits. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start. This is a team question. As a team, what do you think you guys have improved on the most throughout this season?
Ooh,
Communication.
I was gonna say that.
Well, fuck.
I mean, we both can say it.
Yeah, it's a team question, so it should be a team
Can I say
answer.
two? Wait, can I say
Everyone
two?
can say it.
No, you can't say anything, Joe.
You can't say anything.
Is it because I'm Asian?
No,
Is it because
you
I'm a
die-
minority?
It's because you die with cryo.
No.
A white man telling an Asian maid you can't talk.
So break it down for me.
But when I say it
in a short, break it down for me in short. What about communication? How has it improved? What were the issues that have been fixed? You know, all of that, or some of them.
We stopped yelling at each other.
We stopped yelling at each other, and we're yelling at each other less now.
And now we're kind of just like speaking a little loudly about what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Like instead of screaming, "I want to shatter," now I'm just proudly saying with my chest,
I would like
wanna
to shatter.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, like, honestly, I feel like this match, our comms were like at its peak.
You gotta
Like,
listen to Kings. You gotta listen to Kings.
I think
Kings,
the first two
Kings was-
maps, our comms were actually perfect.
You know what I'm most
Okay, I wouldn't say
looking
the
forward
first two maps because of Li Jiang,
I
but
think,
like
I think Li Jiang comms are fine.
Night Market to end of Kings Row, peak.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to going back in the VOD and listening to the build up to and the final fight of Circuit Royale. I'm looking forward to hearing the comms of fuck it, let's go Reinhardt.
Oh god.
I wanna.
Yo, you know what's crazy is that those exact words came out of somebody's mouth.
Whose?
Yeah, you want?
Whose mouth?
I should have locked in the life weaver.
Take a
I
guess.
should have
Take-
just locked in the life
No, you should have. Lock Life Weaver, just pull me, and I fucking
Was it
just.
was it
charge.
Jack Pepin that called it?
No.
You
Was
really
it
think I would say
Ori
that?
Maru?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
when I saw you go May first, I was like, Joe is getting widow gapped by this what was his name? Zakara's
Yeah. Zakariz, I think.
Zakharov. It sounded
yeah,
Russian.
yeah,
Rob.
Zakharov.
That's why I remember.
Zakharov
Oh my
just got a
God.
4K on Widow. Let's put a Ryan shield in front of him and a May wall in front of him.
It would have worked as a thing.
Look,
If you
it
had time.
could have. Like you only had one fight and you walked into a window flux, so like you kind of just got
We
Bent
literally
over.
said walk under, and fucking three of us
Wait,
went outside.
No. To defend the entire team, we said walk under a little too late. Remember, it was me and you who said it, but we did say it a little too late. We should have said it
all
like
this-
before we
I'm gonna
started
be honest.
talking.
I did not hear a walk under. I wanted to go for a touch on point.
Yeah, it
Inside
was.
point.
We said walk under as soon as we got like across the street. We were like, "Oh, walk under, walk under."
Yeah,
and then
no,
it was we had like what, like 9 seconds or something.
I was walking left. We had to go. We had to touch point. I was just gonna try and anchor.
Yeah,
We
no,
could
you're
have
fine.
we could have touched point because when we walk under, you could anchor
Well,
point.
if we walk under, their Sigma's just gonna try and body block.
We'd be
Pin
minimizing angles, buddy.
him.
We'd be minimizing
Pin him?
angles, buddy.
Pin him.
But
We'd be
yo,
minimizing
we
angles, buddy.
unironically should have got Life Fever, pinned the Sig off the map, and then we should have pulled him, got a
We'd
cooldowns
be
back, would
minimizing
have given him the Widow,
angles.
and then
What
do it
am I
again.
hearing, bro?
Dude, rinse and
all
repeat.
this circling back to
Wow. Wow.
no matter how much your comms have improved, there's still leagues to go. Now, the
Non-perfect.
tangential question that Huzzah for Biscuits actually did ask is individually throughout this season, what do you think you guys have most improved on? We can start with True Blade.
Oh shit.
Individually.
What have I most improved on?
Yeah.
Girth.
What?
I think there are a few things I've improved on. I'm not sure which one I would call the most, but I've definitely improved on my communication. I've definitely improved on gameplay mechanics. I feel like I've gotten mechanically better in the recent months. Peter, I feel like you're just disappointed in me. Do you want to?
I'm not.
Are you not disappointed in me? Why are you not disappointed in me?
What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want from me? You want me to be disappointed? I think you have gotten better at comms.
I think I've gone better at comms. That's what I was getting to. I still have to work on though taking less damage.
Also answering a question shorter. All right, Leroy, what did you think that you improved on best over the last season?
I think I improved better on listening. And,
Yeah, okay.
Okay, buddy.
And actually executing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And to say his ult track is fucking perfect 99% of the time.
And instead of hesitating, there's much more less hesitation compared to last year. I think I was on go mode. I think I went for more plays, and I think more or less of them became to. I think more or less of them, were able to show value, and I felt that value when playing and when executing them. So I think I did go for more better plays, risky ones that gave enough value to even win team fights.
Especially on King's Row, I saw that. There were a handful of times where I saw you fly in on Lucio and boop an enemy right into your team. The waiting arms of a Reinhardt. It was really, really good. Ori Maru. Parentheses Joseph.
Why did you skip over Jason?
I'm going in the order on my screen.
Oh. Sorry. Joe.
Hi. What's the question again?
What have you improved on over the last season?
Probably the comms. That's like the most notable thing I can say. There's no more loud. It's just quiet, submissive Joe.
Relaxed, a little more calm.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. That was way too quiet after you said that.
I don't know how to respond to a grown man saying submissive. I just don't, actually. At least not in a way that's going to go on YouTube and I'm okay with everyone seeing.
Alright, then in that case we'll go on. It looks like Tebow from iCarly is next on my screen.
Oh, perfect. The thing I think most improved was my ability to flirt with my teammates. I think
he doesn't stop.
My flirting skills, I think, are on top. I wish I could talk to women the way I talk to my homies.
Yes, King.
Just
Holy shit. Oh my god, you guys are so fucking stupid. You guys are so fucking dumb. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my overall like skill and what's it called? My overall skill and fuck, I forgot the word I wanted to say. But just overall, my overall skill on my multiple characters, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I wanted to say.
Well put. Well put.
Thank you.
If it
Thank
comes
you.
if it comes back to you, you know, let us know.
I'll tune in.
All right, cranky parentheses J dot dot dot.
I don't know. I didn't really I didn't really improve on anything, I think. I think it's just been the same.
I play Sojourn.
Literally I've gained no achievements. I just play Sojourn.
Fair enough. Improvement's gonna come on the off season, yeah.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. We'll play more Sojourn.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No, you're locked out of Sojourn for
Damn.
a while.
Worst off season ever.
Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. I think yeah, I think that's pretty good. One thing I would say as the coach I think the team has improved on. I think you guys have gotten more comfortable and more acclimated to this meta, especially, you know, the past couple weeks, like maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, with so many constant meta shifts, we weren't really able to get our footing, right? With just so much chaos in the balance patches, especially the last couple weeks. You guys have done a really good job of, you know, improving, setting into, you know, a comfort zone, finding a comp that works, and yeah, it showed. You guys put up a really good performance against this team. They had somebody who was top 500. I think looking at their NACE page here, let me pull it back up. I think these are mostly stats from last season. They had a GM and like 2 or 3 mid-masters, and somebody was also like top 500 this season, I think.
Yeah, I remember checking their ranks.
Yeah.
They had like 1 or 2 top 500s.
Yeah, and like compared to you guys who have had zero GMs ever, right? Like that's a good fight, right? Right, like you guys were competing in the GM 3 and below like league, right? Instead of the one from last season, which was GM 5 and below. So you're competing in a more competitive league, and you're still putting up a honest performance against these GM teams, which is crazy to think about, and it's awesome to watch. It's awesome to, you know, spectate. It's fun to coach. You guys should be proud. Now, grand finale, final question. This is open to anyone that wants to answer. What's next?
Bed.
Who said that? Who said that?
Oh, Peter.
It was Peter. Okay.
Adam, do you want to know what's next?
Fill me in.
Bed.
All right.
That's so,
Yo, Adam,
that's-
we running
that's so
comp
cringe.
tomorrow?
I'm down.
I'm cringing
Alright.
right now.
I don't know. Yo, Leroy, you gap too much. I just want to let you know.
Comp tomorrow.
Alright.
Is that what's next for you?
Who?
Me?
Nigga.
I don't know. You ask.
I'm sorry. Leroy just actually killed me.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, this is what Warfare. Yo,
Okay,
is the
Adam.
stream still on?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
This is what
asking
what is
for a
that?
question,
Yo,
bro.
this is what Warframe does to you,
Yeah,
bro. Don't play Warframe.
Okay, 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 okay,
Episode,
okay.
Ram.
Can these two shut up?
Go ahead.
To answer your question, what's next? The entire team as a whole, most likely gonna keep grinding Overwatch. Get ready for me and Leroy's final year actually tomorrow. Next year, our final year on the team.
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting some insider information by aka my roommate. He's saying we're done. The team is disbanded.
Yeah, no, the team's done. Like I don't know what's going on here. Like I signed the contract. The contract expired.
No, but we're gonna keep going hard. Hopefully, win a tournament for our last year, and you know, keep trying to raise our GPAs and excel at school. You know how it is.
Another thing,
Mm-hmm.
another thing, beyond GPAs, related to your intelligence, working to raise your Overwatch IQ. You know,
Yes, definitely.
getting smarter at Overwatch is gonna help you guys so much. Cause you guys,
I just have to watch Overwatch content in general. I just watch Flats and I take in all of his information.
God, don't watch.
Oh, I
Flats
learned
to
everything
learn
from that.
Overwatch.
So what did you learn? I hate the game. Ah, this game.
You know, actually, I was learning some interesting stuff yesterday from Flats. So there's a character that's just like Roadhog in Paladins, and yeah, I was learning a lot on Paladins yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Flats.
I got a 4K in Paladins on console like many years
really?
ago.
Oh, he's about recent.
Low key, I used to play Paladins like crazy. When I took like a big break on Overwatch, Paladins is low key really fun.
Oh, of course, I love Paladins. I'm downloading Paladins actually.
We should do it. I have like a fuck ton of stuff.
I'll find a scrim server for Paladins.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Paladins World Cup.
Yeah.
Actually, we're downloading Pixel Gun 3D and we're creating a Pixel Gun 3D team.
Guys, download Mean Greens. Have you ever heard of that game?
No.
Download Crab Game. The fuck? And Muck. Don't forget Muck.
Oh,
Hold up,
shut
hold
up.
up, hold up.
Oh wait, it's the plastic warfare
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Check screen share.
Unironically, I am going to leave. So, bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye bye, Cranky. Did anybody want to answer the question of what's next?
Oh, I
That
thought I
hasn't-
was.
That has yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You can continue if you.
Oh no, I mean that was pretty much it, but I don't know if Leroy or Ori
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ori wants to
That's
say
what I was
something.
gonna say. Anyone else?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm watching the stream back and seeing these
Um,
goddamn.
What's next?
You're
I
next,
see
Leroy.
what comes next. I certainly believe that what comes next is a season of meditation, the season of a breath, and to come back with another outlook on this game. I feel like we should really take time to renew, still keep
Vows to each other.
concepts. No, not exactly. Still keep concepts that we are currently learning and applying, but right, just just simply having a new mindset game. I certainly went through a process. I feel in the beginning of this season where I did have a certain different outlook on the game. I felt more calm. I felt more relaxed. I felt more I did feel pressure at times, but I was able to kind of keep that pressure control as controlled as possible. There was never a moment where I can recall maybe my heart beating on my chest or whatever. No, it was just it was all calm, all collective, and I seen how far it brought me, my gameplay, right, my calm. Um, so yeah, I say what comes next is right, still practicing making sure we don't get stale in our gameplay performance as of now. But still take the time to see another light of the game that will continue to push us and allow us to reach for higher heights and achieve higher goals.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think also something to add on to that. We have 2 rookies that recently joined, both support players.
Hell
So
yeah.
definitely look forward to seeing them grow, and hopefully, replacing me and Leroy.
Yeah, hindsight, it did not click to me whatsoever that the 2 graduating players a year from now have 2 really good prospects. Honestly, Matt and Harold. I think they've got a bright they've got a lot of potential to have a bright future in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
And lucky for them, they've got 2 fantastic mentors to look up to.
You mean the Ori Kiriko coming back in season 4?
Kick him out.
No,
Kick
I
him
was
out.
talking about the cranky Ramatra.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for joining. Quick rundown of the chatters today. Just want to give a little bit of appreciation to those watching from home. Unorthodox Kane, an absolute goat. Been here from the beginning. Been here every single stream, as well as Huzzah for Biscuits. Unbelievable human. Messinity, thanks for popping out. Brian _562, the hero. Shatika, I missed it. Shatika, Luke, ex-tank player for the University of Hartford, showed up. Fun to see him in chat. Blackout _TTV. Hey, follow that guy, TTV streamer. Also, Blackout parentheses Leroy in Discord right now. Who else do we got? We got UHeart Esports. The stream itself commented. That was cool. Keep going. We've got who FTXX. Hoof TXX. I don't know. Moving on. Lokshin popped out. It was fun to see Lokshin here. We've got Youngest Shoe. They had a great. I think they were on the other team. Great performance. Super Hoopla showed up. Loved seeing Super Hoopla in chat. Sherple, thanks for showing up. Joish was there as well.
Oh, I know him.
You know
That's
Joish?
That's my homie from school, from home.
Yeah, I think they were in the conversation about the kunai calorie.
Oh God, of course he was.
It's worth watching that back. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. During that huge pause when we were like figuring out what to do, I tuned in, and I just see a really good drawing of a kunai.
Right
on the screen. I'm like, wow.
I thought it was
what
good.
are they talking about?
I thought it was good. Peter was like, that's a bad kunai. I was like, no, that's actually really good.
Peter's just hating, man. You know.
Another chatter. We had probably Peter, my co-caster in chat, as well as Nift FPS, and that is all of our chatters from today.
Dad.
Huge.
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you. Shatika, in 90 seconds you'll see me say your name again. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thanks for giving us great content to commentate. And we'll see you in the fall 2024. 2024, that's my year. Hey, you guys are going to be juniors and seniors next time you're live on broadcast. How does that make you feel?
Next time I'm live on, I'll be on fucking Venture. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, Venture's going to get the Lifeweaver treatment. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so normally I just keep waving and then Peter starts monologuing about some random thing. Anybody want to monologue for me?
I think Venture could be great. TBH.
I don't know. Something. XCOM 2, great game. Jack has that game and he has not played it yet. But
That's great.
I'm hoping for him to play it so he can know about the pain